Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme?
Hello, hello, how's it going? Alright. How's it going? I hope everybody's doing well. Oh gosh. I closed Discord. Why is somebody still trying to text me? I am here. We continue today? Yeah, we're gonna continue today. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good thing I turned down my volume. I think I was peaking too much. Because, like, I've been talking too loud because I am wearing headphones. I realized. Oh, I've been, like, peaking too much on the microphone or whatever. I gotta watch back my own VODs more. So I know when I'm being extremely unfunny. You know? Or just something's wrong. Then again, like, people won't tell me things are wrong. I would see, like, stuff where, like, as soon like, people will gaslight streamers and stuff, like, oh, something's wrong, and then, like, and then I will have something wrong, and then people just won't bother to tell me. No, I don't care, Steam, that Final Fantasy 16 is now available on PC. Although that is good news. I got a PS4 controller yesterday while I was out doing errands. It makes some design decisions that I've noticed with certain games make a lot more sense. Both with Yakuza 0 and the Persona series. So you know how in the Persona series and stuff, you can only menu with a D-pad? That makes a lot more sense on a PlayStation controller than it does on, like, any other controller. Because, like, up through, like, the PS4, all those controllers, like the DualShocks or whatever, are basically just the PS1 controller with two thumbsticks, like, added. And, like, slight differences. So, like, when your hands rest on the controller, they rest on the D-pad and the face buttons instead of, like, the thumbsticks like you do with, like, an Xbox controller or something. So it makes a lot more sense now for, like, Yakuza 0's, like, disco minigame to be so centered around the D-pad, or for, menuing to be only done with, like, the D-pad in Persona games and stuff. It makes a lot more sense. Now, it's still dumb. You still should be able to menu with a control stick if you want to, like with the left thumbstick. But, like, that makes more sense now. Yeah, I'm not saying it's good, but it makes more sense. I don't know. It definitely doesn't feel as comfortable. Like, if I wanted to play, like, I don't know, a first-person shooter or something, I think I'd still prefer, like, the Xbox controller line. But, like, yeah, it does make sense that, like, certain games are designed around, like, that controller. So it makes sense to use that controller with those games. I don't know. I'll probably mess around with it some more this week, and maybe I'll play E3R this weekend with that as well. It'd be kind of fun. Anyway, hope everybody's having a good week, having a good Monday and everything. How was my Monday? My Monday... Hey, Lorenzo. My Monday was... What was my Monday like? I think it was busy. Right, because I was running around doing errands. Yeah. Every single time I go out and do errands, I feel like I'm gonna, like, hit somebody or get hit. Like, I feel like I had a close call with a school bus yesterday while I was driving. I don't know. Don't worry. I would have been the one to lose in that situation. I almost got T-boned by a school bus, I feel like. I don't know. I'm definitely worried about it. I just hate driving in any, like, busy part of town or anything. If it's country roads or whatever where there's, like, nobody, it's whatever. But it's like when you're, like, all tightly packed into, like, small corners and, like, there's turn-offs and, like, stuff that aren't labeled properly. And everybody's still going, like, 40, 50 miles an hour. It's like, ugh. Ah, well. Such is living in America. No such thing as good public transportation. Although, even if I did have some form of public transportation, that'd mean I'd live in the city, which also has its downsides as well. Okay. I should probably get the game started a minute. But yeah. How's your guys' week going and everything? Nope. Is it going well? Is it going poorly? About average? Alright. So...
Persona 4.
Okay. Oops. When I come to, I'm surrounded by blue. I'm seated in the usual place in the usual room. Why did they summon me now? Actually, it's probably because of my situation that they summoned me. There's no need to be impatient. I already know this place exists outside of time.
You seem surprisingly calm. Your third ordeal has arrived.
Gosh, I still can't get rid of...
Can
I
overcome
still
it?
can't get used to the non-usual Margaret voice actor. I don't know why, it just like... With... Like, P3R, it's not that bad for most of the characters, but like here with Margaret, it's like, Have I always been Have you been labbing in training mode? Gosh, no, Lorenzo. I've just been playing the story. I don't answer. Whether I can do it or not isn't the question. I have to do it. As if seeing my determination, Margaret gives me a satisfied smile.
I see. Your mind is already made up. And that's a fitting answer for you.
What is Sho trying to summon? How is he going to use the persona fragments?
Just as I'm about to ask her to tell me if she knows, Margaret cuts me off.
All I can do is watch over your journey. What is happening in your town must be ascertained with your own eyes.
Honestly, I knew she'd say that. I can only shake my head and smile. Instead, I decide to ask something that's been bothering me all this time. Why does your voice sound different?
Is Marie alright?
Marie is fighting desperately right now. Calamities in your town directly affect her. Your actions will decide the girl's fate.
Oh, is this where Jeppo calls bullshit again? Just as I thought. She seemed so weak when I saw her, because the abnormalities in town are affecting her. Looks like I got one more thing to fight for.
One last thing. The young man who rejects everything and wishes to destroy the world? You hold the key to his salvation. Depending on what you choose, you may be able to awaken him as an official guest.
Joe is a guest? What's that supposed to mean? Just as I'm about to ask, the scenery distorts and becomes hazy. Oh, we don't need the death counter. That's for, P3R. Let me get rid of that a minute. When I come to again, I'm by myself, standing about halfway up the stairs to the top of the tower. Did you want to say something, Jeppo? You started a thought, but you never finished it. Ooh, statues are neat. The long stairway finally comes to an end. I step into the area at the top of the tower. Strange patterns are inscribed into the floor, and all around me at regular intervals are these eerie pillars. This was carefully arranged, much different than the stored places we've seen up to now. Up above, a large vortex glows ominously, swallowing the countless shadows gathered here. Directly underneath is a giant crystal of some kind. Whatever that shining emerald thing is, it's floating in midair. And there, right beside it, shown Adachi-san. I can't help but tense up, but on closer inspection, Adachi-san is on one knee, and he's kneeling before Sho. What? What's happening? Neither Sho nor Adachi-san has noticed me yet. I hide behind the pillars and slowly get close enough to make out their voices.
You bastard! What are you thinking? You know how important this thing is! Are you trying to ruin my plan?
Important thing. Man. That must mean that the floating object over there's all the persona fragments they took from us. Yeesh. Sho was just looking down at Adachi-san until all of a sudden he kicked up at his body. Adachi-san's knocked back from the direct hit, and he gets a pained groan. What? What in the world's going on here?
That's what I said. I tried to destroy those persona fragments by striking when I saw the chance. You worthless rat. I knew you weren't worth shit. But to think you were biding your time for this. Well...
Hey, you hear that right? Adachi-san wasn't Sho's accomplice. He tried to get Sho off guard to destroy the crystal. Then, Adachi-san was trying to prevent Sho's plan from the very beginning.
You asked me before. You said, don't you hate this world too? Huh? That's right. Well, you were just trash I was gonna use from the start. Once everything was ready and I cut up the rest of them, I was gonna kill you slow. Still, I at least gave you the chance to have some fun, you piece of shit. I was gonna let your crap slide until I showed you the end of the world you never got to achieve. Why not? Right? Don't think we're the same, you little brat. What? What was that? You think the whole world hates you just because someone didn't treat you right. You're nothing but a little kid throwing a tantrum. You know, I seriously hate this world. Don't put me in the same shoes as a half-assed brat like you. Please. You're so finished, you bastard. I'll kill you just like you want. Sure, I'm lame. Whatever. But you don't know yet, do you? Those guys don't play around. You better be prepared. Die, you piece of shit.
Sho grabs Adachi-san by his collar and points his sword at the detective. I bide my time long enough. I was hoping for a better opening, but I rush in now. Hey, Strauss.
Stop it,
How's it going? Sho glares at me while breathing heavily. There's nothing but hate in his stare.
Oh, you're early. Way to ruin the moment.
Is Adachi-san safe? I glance to check on him and feel a slight bit of relief. He's hurt badly from the beating he took at the hands of an agitated Sho. It doesn't seem life-threatening.
Just to be clear, I didn't do it for you guys. I just wanted to set things right for myself.
I know. You're not that type of person.
Adachi-san came here to honor his promise in his own way. Finding that out was more than enough for me. The load in my chest that's been all there all this time is gone, and I actually feel good now.
You're such a know-it-all. It's not very attractive.
With that typical bit of sarcasm, Adachi-san falls unconscious. How's the story mode? Pretty good. We're almost to the end of the first like timeline branch kind of thing. Apparently, there's 2 more to go through to get to the true ending. Arenas was pretty good, but like the way it told its story wasn't great. Ultimax has been a little bit better about that, though. But that, okay. That's when Sho suddenly barks into a strange laugh. I would wish the AI was a bit harder. It doesn't get any harder past a certain point, it feels like, in Arena. And so it's like pretty easy to bully them with basic combos.
What's so funny?
What are you guys getting all desperate for? It's disgusting. It makes me sick. I hate it when people get all goody-goody. I'll destroy everything! Everything! I'll destroy every...
What I mean is, like, we're almost to the end of the P4 thing, and then you have to do the P3 one, don't you? You don't have to do 2? Don't you have to do this one, an Adachi one, and the P3 one? And then there's, like, a true ending or something? It happened all of a sudden. Like a machine blowing a fuse. Sho's enraged rant stops and he falls silent. His body goes limp, like a marionette whose strings have been cut. Eventually, it spasms and stands eerily straight.
He's getting too worked up. It's a bad habit of his.
You must be the other one, Minazuki.
I didn't think you would put up this much of a fight. Perhaps I should have killed you back then after all.
Minazuki, you said then that you did all this to grant Sho's wish. But this isn't the way to save him.
And I said that's your perspective on the matter. All I'm here for is to grant this boy's wish.
Do you still not get it? That's not Sho's wish.
Are you delusional? I know the boy. I know of his hatred and his suffering.
No, I didn't know that. But it's pretty easy to bully. I've just been bullying them with basic combos and, was it the all-out attack thing?
His father,
We just beat them up and beat them in the air.
abandoned this boy. He used the child for his own desires and then discarded him when he was as good as dead.
Shuji Ikutsuki.
This is the world that abandoned him. That's why this boy came to detest everything about this world and wished for it all to disappear.
No, Sho just doesn't know yet. What he's been through isn't all there is to the world. It's not too late.
Silence. I know what I am. I am a shard of one who brings about death.
Oh, okay, yeah, because the plume of dust,
If
yeah.
this boy wishes for the death of all, then I will use my true nature to destroy this world.
That's not it. I can tell Sho's hatred runs deep. Maybe he did wish for everything in this world to just disappear. But that's not what he truly wants deep down. Sho adores the bonds between people and yearns for that himself. But because he can't have it, and the world doesn't accept him, he's had to live with such dark emotions he has no idea how to deal with. He just doesn't know how to express himself. Minazuki was born from the plume of dusk, so he's just responding to Sho's darker desires. He's fixated on granting Sho's wish to destroy the world, but that's not what Sho really needs.
For Sho's sake, too. I will defeat you.
Very well. Come and fight.
Yeah, well, I don't know what Gold Burst is. So, unless... Is it, like...
Finally.
Oh, that? It does give us 100, SP. I can't remember what grab is.
Over here.
What's grab?
You're an ice. He's an artist. Persona.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, because, like, yeah. I wasn't looking at the screen. I wasn't looking at the game for half of that fight, and it didn't even matter anyway. The strike with all my strength behind it hits Minazuki, and he hunches over. I take my sword back in hand and swing it with all the power I can bring to bear. Minazuki knees buckle and he falls to the ground. Or so it seems.
What?
I'm playing on controller. No, they're on normal. Or at least, I don't think there's a difficulty setting. But yeah, you're right. The bots do seem like they're on easy mode. That's what I was saying about like just being able to spam normal combos against them. Minazuki won't fall. He supports his trembling legs with his own arms and keeps glaring at me as he tries to raise his sword again.
I'm not done yet.
I didn't choose easy mode. As far as I know, there was no option for it.
Nazuki, why are you trying to grant Sho's wish? A foolish question. I awakened within this boy. It's only natural for me to grant his desires.
Though he'd kept a cool head thus far, Minazuki barks his response at me. He keeps trying to stand despite his injuries. And all I see is the strong will of someone who's determined to protect what's important to him. Minazuki, still don't understand? You're just like us.
Nazuki, you are strong. You don't realize it either. Your strength.
I could look at it in a minute, but I'm in the middle of something right now, so. It's founded on the strength of your bonds.
Founded on the strength of your bonds. I don't know exactly what you are. Since you were born from a plume of dusk, maybe you really are a shard of one who brings about death. But no matter how you hurt, or how badly you're about to fall,
like I said, I'd like the bots to be
power that
stronger,
lets you
so
stand up for
if
someone
there is
else,
that option, I'll take a look.
that comes
but
from bonds. Impossible. I am this boy's. No one lives alone. You protected Sho and supported him all this time. You should know that by now.
That's right. No one can live by severing ties with other people. If Sho doesn't know how to do this because of the life he's led, I guess we'll just have to show him how. I'm sure even Mitsuru-san and the other Shadow Operatives will accept Sho, just like they did with Labris. It's such a simple thing that even the fake Aigus-san figured it out, so there's no way that you can't see this. Right, Minazuki?
I see.
What's with this sappy drama?
You're...
Wait,
Aha! You must be Sho-chan's
who are you? Who
You're
are you?
disqualified from the P1 climax. Time for you to make your exit.
Kagutsuchi, you bastard. Kagutsuchi?
Did you think I didn't know? Of course I did. I knew from the very beginning about your idea to use the power left inside a Dachi baby to suppress me.
So you deduced even that.
Oh, and...
A General Teddy before us. No, this thing that Minazuki called Kagutsuchi gives me a look that makes some unexplainable fear rise in the pit of my stomach.
You, Narukami, you defeated this fool, so you're the champion of the P1 climax. Congratulations! Your prize is your execution.
It all happened in the blink of an eye. Minazuki, who should have been behind me, disappeared. In the next instant, he was closing in on General Teddy. I don't know. I've been saying a lot of things. I've been reading out the dialogue. And then, the blade he was holding was run through General Teddy's body.
Ow! What do you think you're doing?
What do you intend to do with this boy, Kagutsuchi?
What am I going to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to kill him. I'll grant that brat you're so fond of what he wants. A world of solitude. But I'll be the only one there. It will be a world all for myself, where only I exist.
General Teddy's mannerisms change. He effortlessly hoists up Minazuki, who just pierced him with his blade. His ominous, hate-drenched voice sounds like it's coming from the depths of hell. Who in the world is this thing?
This body had reached its limit anyway. It's only a fate made with shadows, after all. It was never meant to support itself for long. Fortunately, a horde of shadows to create a vessel, and persona fragments to control it have been gathered.
What?
Well done, my puppet. It is thanks to you that everything
Yeah, I
came
will
together
probably.
so
I'll let
splendidly.
people kick my butt later. I just wanted to play through the story first.
All that's left is to fuse that brat with the shadows as a base, and then devour the persona fragments to inhabit my new corporeal form. You, Narukami. I was born when this town was enshrouded in fog. I have quite the connection with all of you.
What?
I pay no heed to others. I am the collective will of those who abandon all connections and strive to live only for themselves. I will incinerate everything. I will rob, murder, trample, and cast you humans down into the depths of despair. My name is Hino Kagutsuchi, one who kills all who live in this world.
I wonder if Sho is supposed to be somewhat of a parallel for the MC of P3, considering he has, like, death inside him and all, just like the MC of P3 as well. But called itself Hino no Kagutsuchi laughs, and then a scarlet fog, incomparably thicker than before, pours out of General Teddy's body. Fog enters a helpless Minazuki through his eyes, ears, and mouth, and wounds he sustained during the battle.
Bastard. Sho!
As I try and rush over, General Teddy's body, which is now an empty husk, turns into a black chunk of shadow and starts to bubble as it disintegrates. And at the same time, what used to be Minazuki turns its evil red gaze towards me.
How I love to hear that cry, you Narukami. What do you think? I had lent this brat my power, but my full presence is a bit different.
Yeah, the time is now 3:33 p.m. EST. It has immense power, far beyond what Sho used when I faced him. My entire body is crushed against my will, and my joints scream out in pain. Even my lungs are compressed, preventing me from breathing normally.
Don't worry. I won't let you die so quickly. You will live to witness my advent, and will be the first sacrifice to my power.
But we're not even 40 hours in, Jeppo.
I won't.
Well, actually, no.
let
I
you
think
do
we are,
this.
like, getting close to 40 hours in, actually.
Your nerve astounds me.
I could check on Steam,
I
but yeah.
wouldn't be so sure.
It took, like,
Your
what, 33
allies
hours to
are
get through
about
the...
to be overwhelmed by the flood of shadows. You all fought so long within this red fog, just as I planned. And you are exhausted to your very souls. You have no hope of defeating me now. My first puppet was quite useful for that purpose. I had directed it at you with the aim of harvesting your personas. But
You mean Labrys?
ah, is that what you call it? Had I taken your shadows for my own, their own wills would have made them less obedient than I required. I learned that in the previous battles. Thus did I prepare this fog and my new scheme to carve away at your personas. Personas are the suppressed strength of heart. Nothing is better suited to suppress the will of shadows than that.
Well, if it's X, I know what you mean there.
So that's why.
Oh, shoot, did I forget to... Did I send out the wrong YouTube link? Did I? I don't remember. No, I didn't. Okay, cool. I was worried I sent out the wrong Discord link on... Or wrong YouTube link on Discord. Ooh, anime
Now is the
cutscene.
time for despair. This new form that you have given me. Behold it!
Ooh, that's a big boy. The giant shadow that shows itself through the severe quaking and gusts of wind slowly approaches, all spewing out fluids that look like red, stagnant blood. Really, it looks more like fire to me. This is the vessel we ended up giving Kagatsuchi, a giant form made from the fusion of countless shadows. A real monster. This is the body it was gathering shadows to put together, but...
Everyone, lend me your strength.
I will defeat this monster and return to you all. Alright. Oh, it's a 3D model. Okay.
Not enough. Over here. Over here.
This is the
Easy enough.
That's what it was doing.
Damn it. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy enough. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
This is the power that surpasses
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. One more. Over here. Is enough. Persona. Not enough. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy not. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Yeah, I don't even know, like, if it has a traditional health bar.
Over here. Over here.
I can probably dash through that attack.
Over here. Over here. I'll show you, man. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Over here.
What?
Oh, I figured out what the grab button is.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Can I just...
Damn.
No.
What?
It's interesting to see a 3D model here, because, like, all of the fighters are 2D sprites.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Persona. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here.
Yeah, looks like it. I guess you can't grab them, so I guess that makes sense.
Over here. Easy night. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy night. I'll show you. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy night. Over here. Over here.
Well, so much for that.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy night. Easy night. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy night.
I'm just not sure what I should be doing here. Because whatever I'm doing obviously isn't working.
Over here. Over here. Easy night. Over here. Over here. Over here.
I wonder if I can defend against his attacks properly. Okay, you can.
Over here.
That's good.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Easy
No, it's fine. I get it's pretty frustrating if you're really good at this game, probably, to watch me play. I'm not sure what the game wants from me. Yeah, I'm aware of blocks and stuff. I'm just really not sure what the game wants out of me. Because there's like no obvious visible health bar where there's like the shield thing at the bottom right, but that's about it. But it seems like I'm doing something to him. Like, I can knock him out of his attack stance sometimes, or whatever, but, like... Can you translate to controller layouts? I don't speak fighting game. Can you translate to controller layouts? Xbox 360, since that's the game, that's the console the game was originally designed with. I didn't realize he had that. We gotta do this fight 3 times? Makes sense. Makes sense, yeah. Well, if only I can figure out how the A is the auto combo, B is the other normal attack button, C is the button you're not using. Oh, you mean A? You mean this? Can't tell if you mean A or Y. I guess you said it was the Persona button. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably Y that you're talking about. Oh, wow, that did work. I guess you just had to do attacks with the persona?
What power is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
Well, I had help.
Hino Kagutsuchi. That's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you!
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
Yeah, and X is your auto combo. Or your basic combo. I think A is the other normal attack button. The only annoying thing about playing this with the original controller is that trying to use a thumbstick for input is super annoying. So you have to use the D-pad for input for like directional. Otherwise you get like a lot of misinputs where things like you're trying to hop or whatever. Faster than I can call my persona, the other Izanagi flies towards Kagutsuchi from behind, slashing at its giant arm and knocking it back.
Itachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
The way he scratches his head and rolls his eyes. Without a doubt, that's the Itachi-san I know. Did you just save me? Up until now, he's just dropped hints for us here and there, never doing anything to help us out directly. Seeing me surprised at this small change, noticeable only to those who know him, Itachi-san furrows his brow. Displeased, in an ever so slightly embarrassed way.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this!
Right.
At least not for me, because if you try and use the thumbstick, at least this one, on the original controller, it's, anytime you move slightly off of, like, left, right, up, or down, it'll, like, do an input in a way I don't want to. So every single time I try and use it, I'll constantly be hopping, like, accidentally or whatever, which is annoying. I can feel it. The two Izanagis respond to each other and melt into one. I've never felt the fusion of conflicting powers before. They even eventually coalesce into a sword, which launches itself towards Iguno Kagutsuchi's enormous roaring form.
Izanagi! Nagatsu Izanagi!
I mean, you can use it. It's just prone to, like, a lot of misinputs. The giant sword formed with the torrent of power pierces Iguno Kagutsuchi and disperses its body into fragments.
Hino Kagutsuchi! It's over!
Maybe if you had a different thumbstick that was a bit more, didn't have as much, like, gray zone, but yeah. What do you mean? Sorry, motion inputs. I'm not playing on the Leap here. What? You mean like going down, 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 and then like doing an input or something like that, or like down, right, up, and doing an input or something like that? I think you just usually do the D-pad. Other than that, I haven't gotten too much into directional inputs to worry about it. After Hino Kagutsuchi's body crumbles away, the red fog disappears, little by little from our sight, and the air is covered in silence. The night sky turns back to its usual color, with a beautiful moon shining in the sky.
My sincere congratulations on winning the P1 Grand Prix.
I assume it's like a directional input, you mean? Like having to put in... Tell me, what's a quarter circle forward? What do you mean, what's a quarter circle forward? I know that a quarter circle forward is you take the, like, you rotate the stick a quarter circle clockwise. What? I don't play a lot of fighting games, okay, Straws? I play a lot of RPGs and stuff. That's why I'm playing this game. The most I've played of any other fighting game is Super Smash Bros. And I technically did play a little bit of, was it PlayStation's, like, All-Stars Brawl or whatever on the PS3 yesterday, because I wanted to make sure the game worked when I bought it. The sudden voice surprises me, and I turn around, Standing right there is a woman in a deep azure-colored clothes. Adachi-san's nowhere to be seen.
Elizabeth? What are you doing here?
Though what you just defeated now was different in form, it appeared to be another embodiment of man's consciousness that wishes for death. And suffice to say, I had my own reason to witness its end.
Your own reason, huh?
That is correct.
I don't really get it, but she probably means that she came to witness no Kagetsuchi's end. It's fine, since it's over now. Couldn't she have at least helped out a bit? I thought I'd ever say anything like that to her face. I've heard before that Elizabeth has her own wish, that trying to grant it was why she left the room. Maybe she's cooperating with us in her own way.
By the by, this tower will disappear momentarily.
Is that why everything is shaking? That's right. I completely forgot about that. The tower is a transient thing that appeared in the red fog. And so now that the fog's gone, this place will go back to its usual self. You also got me high.
Can I ask a favor, Elizabeth?
A favor. Depending on what you ask, I'll have to demand payment.
I'm not sure about that. But can you please send all my friends in this tower somewhere safe?
Haha. If that is all you ask, it's as easy to grant as having an orange at a kotatsu.
You've actually used a kotatsu?
No, it was merely a figure of speech. I've never so much as seen a kotatsu. Very well then, I will transport your friends to somewhere safe as you wish. Oh, where would this somewhere safe be? Ah, yes, the perfect place has occurred to me. I shall send you all there.
I mean, there's a couple of fighting games besides this that I'm interested in, like, was that, I think it's, like, Blaze Blue or whatever. And stuff like that, but, I don't know. I just would rather instead of putting a lot of time into getting good at a game like that, I'd rather put time into, like, trying a bunch of different games, for at least me, personally. There are games kind of in the same vein that I've put some time into, like the DMC, Devil May Cry, and like Bayonetta games, action, character action games or whatever they're called, but whatever the term is. But I don't know. For me, anything outside of like Smash Bros is like not something I've really touched too much. I wish she didn't decide things like that on her own. It'd be nice if she could just tell me where she's going to send us. Yeah, that Guilty Gear Strive is kind of fun for its weird and fun plot, but like I don't know if I'd want to play through like all the games just for that. I'd probably watch a video about it instead. But before I can ask her, she raises a hand, and my vision fills with such brightness that I forget to argue. Wait, where is she sending us?
Well then, you. Hasta la vista, baby. Until
Hasta
the
la
day we
vista,
meet again.
baby.
Farewell.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to try a lot of different games, and try a lot of different things. Oh yeah, since that chapter is finally done, let's see. Is there an options menu somewhere? No, we don't want automata on. Maybe it's in... Well, I'll probably do all the story mode, and then I'll probably spend another couple of weeks letting people beat me up online, and like doing stuff like the Golden Arena mode and stuff. But, my main goal is to blow up, and then act like I don't know, but... No, my main goal is to, Oh yeah, I was on hard. I assume that this is what controls AI difficulty. Yeah, I was on normal. Okay, if I put it on hard, yeah, effects, calm, and arcade versus and story modes. Okay, well let's put it on hard. No, I'm not done yet. No, I know. You wanted me to change the difficulty. That's what I'm doing over here. All right. But yeah, I'll definitely play like through the story mode, and then I'll probably play for another few weeks, few weeks or whatever. Let people beat me up, like I said, and try some of the other modes. Hey, Union. Well, let's try hard first, and then if that's too easy, or I get too good at that, we'll try risky. The light slowly dims and my vision returns. I am indeed standing in a safe place. The studio and the TV world. It's a relief to look around and see everyone else is here too. I made it... Let me think. I think I'm on like halfway through the 4th area. The 4th major door. They all look right after I got through the first couple of flashbacks between Ken and Akihiko. Yeah, I might. I don't know. There's always more stuff to do off stream as well. I gotta grind for the answer. Doing that on the weekends right now, since that DLC came out like last Tuesday. Yeah, I know there's a lot to look into, and like it's a fairly deep game. Like the fighting mechanics are actually pretty good, and like there's a lot of different things about different characters and stuff. Like obviously Junpei's whole baseball mechanic is a whole thing. But yeah, there's also like little gimmicks and differences between characters, and then also their shadow versions as well. They all look confused as to what happened, but when I approach them, they break into a smile and congratulate me on the victory. You know, seeing everyone in one place like this, we've got quite the crowd together.
Well done, Narukami. I'm sorry for the trouble we caused.
No, we owe you too. Thank you for stopping the shadows.
Akiko-san comes up from behind me and nudges my shoulder. When I look towards him, he smirks in that dauntless way.
Wish I could have gone to the top myself, but I'll let you take the glory this time.
Oh.
Thank you, Akihiko-san.
For sure. Yeah, well, I watched a whole video about Junpei's baseball mechanic. I remember watching a whole video, like 10, 14-minute video, somebody explaining that. Like I said, I'm not uninterested in getting better at the game. It's just I don't have the amount of time that it would take to get like really good at the game. And I'm mostly here to kind of check out the story, check out the content, see what's there, let people beat me up online, because I know that I'm not going to win. Like maybe I'd win like 1 or 2 matches if I kept at it, but yeah. Probably most of the people still playing this consistently online are going to beat me. But that'll be kind of fun on stream and stuff, if people want to come in and beat me up. I hear a fuss, then look towards the exit from this world at the center of the studio. Everyone's gathered around the stacked up TVs, wondering what this is all about. We head over.
My guy keeps saying, this is my world. You have to go through this TV to get out to your world, Junpei.
Huh? We go through a TV to get out of the TV? Come on, Blue Daruma, quit kidding around.
It's for real. But, huh.
Oh gosh.
Now that you mention it, that is kind of weird, isn't it? Going into a TV leads you out of the TV?
No. Just think about it this way. Like, you just pass through a TV to get here, you pass through a TV to get back. It's not that weird.
Jeez, what are you making it all complicated for? It's fine. The TVs are connected. These things only get confusing because you overthink them.
I don't believe this. Look, you just gotta show him.
It seems Teddy and the others are trying to explain about the TV world to the shadow operas we've just met today. Yukari-san and Ken-kun seem to be somewhat understand, but Junpei-san just isn't getting it, and Teddy and Yosuke are having a hard time explaining it to him. Then again, Junpei-san might be too distracted with the shock of seeing Kanji singing his head into the TV right next to him.
What the? Dude, what are you doing?
Don't complicate it.
Whoa, crap!
Out of all the people here, Junpei shouldn't be the one overthinking it. Kanji quickly pulls his head out of the TV and stumbles backwards. Unfortunately, right behind him were Tenny and Junpei-san, watching a little too closely.
No!
The back of Kanji's head hits Teddy's face, and the back of Teddy's head hits directly its Junpei-san's face. The force of the hit causes Junpei-san to go rolling all the way to the edge of the studio. Wonder if he's okay.
Stupid Kanji, that hurt! Don't you know the saying, a head in motion tends to stay in motion?
Shut up! It's your fault for rubbernecking! When I stuck my head out, I saw a security guard making the rounds. Huh?
Junpei, why are you sleeping on the floor? And just when we were trying to explain things to you.
Eddie, that's not right. If I had to pick sides, I'd say Junpei-san was clearly the victim right now.
Hey, wait a sec. Kanji-kun, did you just say there was a guard out there?
Huh? Yeah. So?
Then the town's back to normal. The people who disappeared must be safe now, right?
Oh, that's right! Good job, Junpei. You did great!
I'm not sure what I had to do with it.
All right, it finally feels like we won! We saved the town our very own selves.
We did it!
A cheer erupts from all my friends on the investigation team at once. Seeing us in high spirits, the Shadow Opera has also come forward and joined us as we all congratulate each other on the brave fight. So glad. I was able to protect my friends. Yeah. Yeah, a bit of flanderization going on with Junpei being very clumsy here in the story so far. I sensed someone looking at me, and when I turned around to see a figure watching us from a distance. I had red hair, the uniform jacket tied around his waist, the sword in each hand. That's... Oh, the red hair didn't give it away? Everyone turns around and tenses up, but Sho doesn't say anything. He just points the tip of his blade he's holding at me. That's... must mean that he'll come challenge me to fight again someday.
Come at us however many times you want, but next time, we'll fight one-on-one. Fair and square.
For a brief instant, it looks like Sho's mouth forms a smile. It doesn't last long, though, because he turns to run and quickly disappears. Am I seeing things? No, I doubt it.
That boy. So he survived.
Yes.
Yeah.
Regrettably, he is a serious criminal who tried to destroy the world.
That
We
is
cannot
true.
leave him be.
Yo, he did try and destroy the world and kill everybody.
I understand.
But I won't be so stubborn this time. I ask that you all cooperate with us in capturing Minazuki.
I'm honestly surprised at this. After the P1 Grand Prix came to a close, Mitsuru-san clearly told us not to get involved any further and rejected all our offers of help. I understand that she did it so not to drag us into anything dangerous, but we decided to save the show. Mitsuru-san must have come to understand our feelings and included us in the search for him. Sho never had a chance to interact with people. He has no idea how. We'll fight as many times as it takes, explaining our true feelings to him each time. We'll do it over and over until it sinks in what it means to get involved with people. Apparently a lot of fighting is what it... A lot of dangerous escapades is apparently what it means to get involved with people. As long as Sho keeps trying for us, I'll answer him with all my strength. So, in a way, my answer's already decided.
Yes, of course.
With that, the members of the investigation team who seem to have been listening chime in from behind me.
Leave it to me. My persona's gotten real strong. I'll find that show in no time so Senpai can breathe easier.
That reminds me, that dude was wearing our uniform. I guess we should start by beating the crap out of
How is
everyone at
that your
school?
first thought, Kanji? Yes, let's start beating everybody. Okay.
No violence yet, Kanji-kun. An investigation must be carried out based on thorough examination and
I mean, he's
confirmed
got red
evidence.
hair and like 2 large scars on his face. He should be pretty noticeable in a crowd.
Was he wearing our uniform? I didn't notice at all.
I remember Minnie's smell, too. He can run, but he can't hide from Teddy's nose.
Oh, I just realized why the god was looking at like Teddy. He was thinking about using him as a vessel, but decided that it wasn't worth it.
Dude, will you stop giving everyone and everything those weird nicknames?
That's probably also why he had a proclivity to disguising himself as General Teddy.
Does your nose even work anymore? You've been sneezing this whole time.
No, I haven't. That was because of the red fog. It was filled with a terrible curse and...
Curses don't exist. Although given what Kagutsuchi was after, I suppose it did have an effect of that sort in truth.
Why are we so scatterbrained? Can't you guys stay on one topic for 10 seconds?
Oh, sheesh.
Good. Like always. I can't help but smile and join in with everyone. I'm not alone. Even if it turns out I have to fight Sho again, my friends and I will handle it. We're the investigation team, after all. Okay. Very, like, It's kind of okay ending. I guess we'll see how the other endings go. So, when we return from the TV world, an utterly mundane world is waiting for us. As we stand around the quiet dawn of Juness before it opens, Yosuke looks around at the eyebrow-raising outfits of the shadow operas. I think I'll not tell anyone about him sighing. Thank goodness we came out at this hour. And again, well, isn't it in the arena? Isn't one of the endings with Mitsuru like them running through the mall as somebody calls the police because of like the outfits and how much of like how out of place they look? Then again, I'm at a loss for what to do, and when I'm at a loss what to do when we get to Yasagami High. Closed for the holiday to see Mitsuru-san off, and a pitch-black military helicopter lands on the grounds. Test. After seeing them all off, we return to the empty pre-dawn food court and take our usual seats.
Sitting here makes it feel like I'm really back.
Indeed. It seems that for now, the case is closed.
Man, that guy sure gave us some grief. Wasn't the world on the brink of ending?
Mm-hmm. Although, I felt a bit sorry for him.
Huh? For who?
You can't even figure that out? She's talking about how Sho probably didn't want to turn out that way.
Yeah, he's a really clumsy kid. I keep thinking about how similar I was, you know?
According to Mitsuru-san, ever since Ikutsuki abandoned Sho, he was left for dead in the hospital's care. I surmise that is where he learned of Ikutsuki's death, and later heard this plan's proposal from Minazuki.
That reminds me, that thing that showed up at the end. Hino Kagutsuchi, right? What was that thing really?
Yeah, it said it was born when this town was enshrouded in fog.
And that's not all. It was all over my fuzzy head, but what was that collective will of so-and-so part about?
I guess it was formed from the hearts of people who only think about themselves, never caring what happens to others.
Yeah, when the fog covered this town last time, the hearts of people who only cared about their own safety gathered and formed that Hino Kagutsuchi.
That's a sad way to be. I wonder why some people think like that.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it except to do our best. By the way, partner.
Yeah?
Did you see Adachi up there? What happened to him in the end?
No way! Adachi-san?
That bastard was here?
Oh yeah, I hadn't told everyone yet. By the time I turned around after defeating Hino no Kagutsuchi, Adachi-san was already nowhere to be seen, but...
Don't worry about him. He'll obey the rules.
No more questions after that. No one asks any more questions after that. None of us say much, with a strange kind of trust we have about Adachi-san, who told us he'd obey the rules of this world. And in this case, at least, Adachi-san was true to his word.
Alright then, let's go home. But man, some long holiday this turned out to be.
Seriously, Yukun came to visit and we didn't get to talk at all. Oh well. But now that it's all over...
Oh, are we gonna see Marie again?
Ah! Yuki-chan, have you turned to violence? Thinking back on it, I did see some dangerously scary faces
Now that
from you.
everything's over.
Teddy, would you like to see me angry?
There's the snow black again.
Ah! There! That's exactly what I'm talking about!
I somewhat understand what Yukiko-senpai means. Despite the lost time, we've gathered as a group again. I'm glad for that much.
We all silently nod in agreement to this. Once today's over, we'll return to our normal lives and walk our own paths. Even then, someday, no matter when it may be.
Yosuke-senpai, I'm hungry. Can't we go grab a bite yet?
Oh, meat sounds great right now! You'll scale treat, of course.
I'm not treating anyone. The store's not even open. Stop trying to make me treat you guys every time.
Man, Chie must be broke. She can never pay for her own food.
Oh, Senpai, look!
Oh, Rainbow? Nope. I look to where Rise is pointing and see the sun starting to rise from the far beyond the town. Those thick thunderclouds that have covered Yinba yesterday seem to have disappeared along with the fog.
Let's go, everyone.
Going to be some nice weather in Niigata today. Interesting. interesting that both Arena and Ultimax end on looking up at the clouds and everything. That was like the final art screen for Arena as well. P4 Epilogue. Okay. And like that, the long holiday's almost over. We're on our way to the station. I said I didn't need anyone to see me off, but since I didn't get much time to relax, deep down I was happy to spend even a little more time with everyone. As we get closer to the station, a familiar figure comes walking up from ahead. And as we're about to pass each other, she speaks to me. Yeah, it's Marie, yep.
Thanks for your hard work.
Yeah, same to you.
It's not like I really did anything. I was getting my butt handed to me and you weren't around. Like, that was fun.
You were keeping Dojima-san and everyone else safe, weren't you? That was a huge help.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, Straws, it's not a matter of, it's not that I think I can't, learn how to play a fighting game, or that I wouldn't enjoy certain ones. Like, I enjoyed getting better at, like, DMC and stuff like that, but it's just a matter of, like, would I enjoy it more than, like, getting to enjoy a whole nother game, you know? Like, how long does it take to get good with one character? Like, I don't know, 30, 40 hours or whatever? You know, there's a lot of games you can play in 30, 40 hours and have a complete experience with them. So it's just a matter of that. No shade or anything. I think that there are plenty of... I have the same problem with a lot of, like, games that require large amounts of time investment. Like, anything that's, like any sort of, like, live service game or, like, MMO or something, I have the same feelings about, where it's like, yeah, I could put 200 hours into this game, but unless I'm playing with friends, I don't really see too much of a point, you know? It's just one of those things.
Stupid no-tech love machine. You're being too honest with me. Stupid.
Marie blushes, somewhat embarrassed, but she was protecting this town from the worst of Hino Kagetsuchi's effects. It must have been extremely hard on her.
Hey, this town, do you like it?
Huh? Yeah, I love it.
I feel like this feels like the Groundhog's Day thing, where at the start of the movie he absolutely hates the town, and then, like, by the time of the end of the movie, he's like, this place is great, let's get married and move here.
Go home already. Get out of here and come back soon, jerk.
Well, I think a lot of people are just tourists, and they just want to see the story. Like, a lot of people who just play RPGs, because that's, like, the series' main bread and butter, will just go and play just the story, and even, like, maybe only one part of the story or whatever, or, like, one branch of the story, because they just want to see the story, and that's fair, and that's fine. I do want to give it a fair shake and, like, want to try out, like, the main modes of it and stuff, and get a little bit farther than that, but, for the most part, that's mostly my intent, too, because I want to, you know, say, you know, I've given it a fair shake, tried it out, and see what it's all about. Cross it off the list. After I'm done with this, I've only got, like, the dancing games and Persona Q and Q2 left of Persona games I haven't played. Because I went back and, like, played Persona 1 and 2 as well. Even after playing 3, 4, and 5. Played all the P5 spin-off games. So there's an even bigger outburst than usual. I wanted to express my thanks to her more, but, well, seeing her in good spirits again relieves me. I'm sure she'll continue to watch over everyone in this town. I wonder if Marie takes that as, like, a pseudo compliment to herself, that he said he loves this town and she's basically this town. So she's being embarrassed thinking that, like, oh, he loves me. I don't know. Marie is like, I'm not a huge fan of Marie, I'm gonna be honest. I think some of her stuff with, like, her new dungeon and everything is kind of fun and golden, but, like, I think overall, I don't like... Her character just doesn't work for me as much as it maybe should. Like, because I feel like it's very obvious they're going for, like, a tsundere kind of vibe with her, but, like, I just don't care. Like, she's not that cute. Like, you're not that cute that you can be that mean. Also, the tsundere thing is always hit or miss for me, because I don't like it when, like, hitting people is played for laughs, whether it's a guy or a girl doing it. Tales of Grace F HD remaster. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw that that was getting a remaster. I actually picked up the original PS3 version. I just saw it on a shelf one time, and I was like, oh, that's not on, like, any other... I picked it up, like, I think last year or whatever, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess if it comes out, I'll have to play that version of it. I don't know. The Tales of series is, like, one I've got to get back to and, like, play some more of. Like, I definitely want to try Tales of Symphonia or something. Maybe I'll put that on the next poll next time we want to take a break from Atlas JRPGs. You know? Val Singer in good spirits again relieves me. I'm sure she'll continue to watch over everyone in this town. F-Steak? That sounds familiar, but I can't think of from where, Straw. As I watch her run off, I hurry and catch up to my friends who've gone on ahead. When we reach the platform, Dojima-san, who's already here, hands me my belongings.
Thanks for bringing my things all the way here.
Don't worry about it. Man, you seem pretty busy. So, if you're headed back, does that mean things are settled?
Yeah.
I heard that the remaster of Dragon Quest III is like close to release, isn't it? Neat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The Tales of series is another series that I've dipped my toes into a little bit. Like, I think I've played Vesperia technically... Have I played it twice? No, I played it through all the way. And then, like I said, I played the sequel to Tales of Symphonia like 90% of the way. The game itself? F-Stake is a game? Or are you talking about Tales of F or whatever? Grace's F. There's a hint of reproach in Dojima-san's eyes. A detective's intuition is an impressive thing. I can tell she trusts me. I can tell he still trusts me, since he's stopping short of grilling me for details. Just wish he'd stop with that drill-like stare.
Yes.
Take some more time off the next time
Okay.
you come. She seemed pretty lonely.
You know what? Oh, I know what I'm thinking of, Straw. There is an item in Undertale called a face steak. That's a steak with Metaton's face grilled onto it. And the description says, I think, that you could kill somebody with this steak. Like, it's so hard or whatever. I think that's what I'm thinking of. You're right. She does say that, too. Doesn't she? It's been a minute since I've played P4 Golden. I think, like, early last year. Yeah, early last year, I went back and did, like, another New Game Plus run of it. Tried to get some of the achievements and stuff with mods. That's kind of fun. Nanako looks away sadly as Dojima-san pushes her forward. She's pouting a little. Nanako, I feel really bad I couldn't spend more time with her.
Oh, Yukon, it's almost time.
Well then, time to disband the investigation team for real this time.
I feel a little down when you actually come out and say it like that.
Yes, but disbanding means that the case has been solved. We should take pride in that at least.
Investigation team?
Oh crap!
Chihei's dog went missing, so...
Huh? Really? If you had told me, I would have rushed to help in a jiffy.
Why are you falling for that? Just stay quiet.
What are you talking about? Her dog did actually go missing.
That's not fair. I wanted to help too.
I'm sorry, Nanako. I'll be back in the summer.
Really?
Whoa, for reals? You're gonna stay the whole summer, right?
Oh,
Yay! That's more than a month. We could do anything then.
Let's see, the summer
Well,
festival?
it sounds like you made a
Going
promise
swimming in
now,
the ocean?
you. Somehow, we've gotten sidetracked to the subject of me staying here for a whole summer vacation. Actually, I didn't decide myself how long I'll be here then. In spite of myself, I glanced towards Dojima-san.
We wouldn't mind at all. Nanako would love to have you around.
Well,
The
looks
train
like
will be
your
arriving shortly.
summer has
Please
been
step behind
decided.
The white lines for your safety.
I'm glad you got so much say in this, you.
Big bro!
As I lift my luggage, Nanako rushes over to hug me. She was pouting before, but it looks like her sadness has reached its limits.
I don't want you to leave. I want to play with you too.
I would assume that we would ever get a P4 sequel. I feel like everybody is so disappointed that like she didn't make it into P5, because there is a design of Nanako like a few years older for P5 that just never made it into the actual game. Like she was gonna be like a side character or like just a reference to the P4 games. Kind of like how there's the signboards with like Rise and the P4 dancing girl on it. But like, man, I bet it's too bad she didn't make into the P5.
Nanako.
You really didn't get to spend much time with her.
Nana-chan, I'll play with you.
Well, at least we have the official art of it, I think, right? I think it was like in a concept art book or something.
I know. Nanako-chan, come over to my place. We have a dog. No, I want Big Bro.
Nanako, if you keep saying such selfish things, I'll tell you a scary story before bed.
Nanako freezes for a moment with a sudden jolt before reluctantly letting me go. Dojima-san, I'm not sure that's a good way to keep her in line. That's what I'm thinking as well. I don't know if that's the best way to go about that.
I'll have more time over the summer vacation, Nanako. We can play more then.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know Nanako-chan doesn't like scary stories.
Yeah, if she sees a scary story on TV before bed, she can't go to the bathroom by herself. I'm the one who gets woken up in the middle of the night.
Then why would you use that as like a...
Sorry.
Jeez, we're through.
Nanako. Oh no. Okay. Stream disconnected there for a second. Internet's having issues. Oh, Nanako. As the scenery begins to slowly move, they all start chasing after our train. Nanako looks back and forth between me and the others outside and seems a bit panicked. I grin and look around inside the train for a seat where we can both sit down until the next station. Well, looks like Nanako gets her wish after all. We're gonna spend a little bit more time with her.
Broken? Eaten?
What are you up to?
Why the hell does it keep changing like that? Break? What is it, a car? I don't even have any brothers named Ken!
Oh my! Are you studying English? It must be a cold day in hell.
Oh, jeez. Kanji's mom with the burn. Holy cow, you're studying? Must be a cold day in hell.
You old hag! I'm trying to study here, so quit making fun of me!
My. He's embarrassed.
Damn, my mom looks so happy. I'm doing this because I want to. I ignore her and turn back to the study aid thing.
Oh, that's right. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Well, what is it? Quit bothering me. I just hurry up and ask already.
Yeah. Well, maybe the second and third time I'll just use it as a bathroom break chance, you know?
Well, our dyes seem to be running out much faster lately. Do you know anything about that?
I get all flustered at her sudden question.
How should I know? Maybe we had a burglar or something.
Oh my. A burglar who only steals dyes?
Like I said, how should I know? You're probably just imagining it anyway.
Is that so? How odd.
Man, she's weirdly sharp about this stuff. Can't let her figure it out yet. She can't know I'm, like, thinking about the family business and all. My senpai are third years now, so it's only natural that they talk now and then about our plans for the future. I've been giving some thought myself, so I started to start training in secrets about stuff like dyeing. Huh? What's the sign for? That's, well, that's part of my plan too.
Oh, I just remembered. That navy blue handkerchief I washed yesterday had an odd unevenness to its coloring.
What? Like how? That handkerchief was my best work lately, and...
Wait, the one I washed was a white handkerchief. Ah, the ravages of age. I keep misremembering things.
You old hag!
My ma leaves chuckling all the while. That old hag? She knew! Feeling embarrassing about my secret training getting found out, I take a break from my studying and pick up one of the dyed goods out in the store.
The color just isn't the same.
I compare it to the fabric I dyed for my mascot plushie. I didn't notice until I actually worked with dyes on my own, but Ma's dyed goods are something else. How did she get the dyes to do that? I catch myself sighing and shake off the cobwebs out of my head. You senpai's gone back to the city, and my other senpais are probably leaving town next year too, according to their post-grad plans. Risa and Naoto too. Even now, they're far away from Inaba. They're away from Inaba more than they're here. To be honest, it's sad to see us all go our separate ways. But the funny thing is, I don't feel nervous about it, as I did. Maybe it's because I found a goal I can be proud of. That goal is to become a pro craftsman, spread my dyed goods across the world. I do that, and my friends who leave Inaba won't be lonely no matter where in the world they end up. First, I gotta get better at dyeing. I need to learn to speak English, too. The new resolve, I look up at the Tatsumi textile shop curtain. What is this image? Wait, hold on. Can I... That's pretty good. Look at that. Look at that expression. Oh, jeez. Seeing those vibrant, perfectly dyed colors, I can't help but feel a wicked laugh rising up in me.
I ain't giving up, god damn it!
Okay.
Excuse me.
As I'm picking up empty plates from the parlor, which is likely as usual, a guest beckons me over.
Oh, you're a high school girl and a manager? That's awesome. Hey, could you wash my back later?
My goodness. You know that the guys who had to voice these guys just made them as dopey sounding as possible.
Sir, please don't joke like that.
Well, I might consider it if you held a party here every day for the next year.
Really? I'll take you up on that.
Thank you for your patronage. Of course, I must ask that you pay for everything up front.
Huh?
While the guest is stunned, I exit the parlor. Even people like him are important guests. It would be easy to lash out, but I've started to learn lately that there are other ways to deal with them.
Yuki-chan, are you okay? Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
Don't worry. I'll make sure to lean on you and the others if I'm ever feeling stressed. Please help me out if that happens.
Really? You've gotten so dependable all of a sudden.
I can't help but smile a little at the waitress's delight. The reason I'm able to try my best like this isn't because of my strength alone. It's more that I want to keep pushing myself further, because I know I have people who depend on me. And I think it's because of that case that I'm trying to think this way now. I've made my decision to take over the inn, and everyone is cheering me on. To live up to their expectations, I need to train hard, so I won't be a disgrace to as the inn's manager. Even when it comes to cooking, I don't have to be as good as the chefs. I just need to be able to make some simple appetizers by myself. As I moved to the corner of the kitchen I was borrowing, I checked the contents of the pot. Oh.
I think it's missing a bit of tartness. Maybe I should use yogurt.
You're terrible at cooking, Yukiko. Do you not taste your own cooking?
Huh? It burned? That's odd. I was sure this was how the chefs did it.
Yuki-chan? I smell something burning. Are you okay?
I'm okay. For now.
You're improving as a manager. But I think your progress as a cook is still bumpy.
I can't help but sigh at the waitress's gentle rejection as I stare at the burnt pot. Maybe I should get more people to help taste my food. Yeah, I'm not alone, so I'm sure my friends will be eager to help me out. Maybe you should try your own food for once. How about that? How about you stop making other people eat your bad food and try it yourself?
Huh. I'm gonna leave math for later. I gotta start with general ed questions first.
Oh, I just noticed the poster on the left there. It says Blue 3. Probably because it's supposed to sound like Bruce Lee. Blue 3. I waved the white flag at the incomprehensible row of numbers and opened up a different book. Eesh, this one's pretty thick too.
What is this? Some kind of old manuscript? Oh, I'm in great shape at least. How come there aren't any practical skills in the primary exam?
I give up at the endless list of formal sentences and plop onto my bed. Comfortable feeling in my pillow slowly lures me to sleep.
So sleepy.
It's no use. I know when I'm beat. The sample questions for the police employment exam are too tough.
I bet Master would totally ace the written exams too. I mean, he'd make it to the top easy.
I remember declaring to Akihiko-san my dream to be the police officer when I see him again during the incident the other day. Okay. Keep an eye out for that. Talk about it on Saturday, I guess. Why police officer? Why police officer? It's simple, really. So I can protect everything I care about. Things like my family and friends, and this town itself, where I have so many good memories of growing up. Yukun's gone back away to the city, and since Yosuke has decided to go to college, he'll eventually leave Inaba too. Rise-chan and Naoto-kun will probably have to do a lot of traveling in their work. And even Yukiko said she might go do some innkeeper training elsewhere. Kaji-kun's supposedly up in the mountains in search of dyes and cooking wood, I think. Wait, that part about the cooking wood seems off. But even if we end up separated, it won't change the fact that we can always come back here to Inaba. That's why I'll protect this town. That, I think, is the real strength everyone gave me.
All right, I'm gonna become a police officer, no doubt about it. If Master's at the top, I'll work my way up to his level.
And that's why I can't be bummed out just because I'm stumbling a bit over subjects I'm not so good at. I lightly slap both my cheeks to wake myself up and get a second win. I then jump out of bed and head back to my desk once more. These sample questions are a tough enemy right now, but the stronger the enemy, the more a true fighter welcomes the challenge. Once I become a police officer, I'll bust up bad guys at crime scenes one after another.
Master, I need to be on the streets, not behind a TV. Ah!
Jeez. Akiko-san, a government official with the police, will be my strict but kind boss. Oh, and I bet if a case comes up, our ace detective Naoto-kun will help us out on the investigation. Yukon and the others will be amazed at how I take care of business. Kind of embarrassing to think about that, though.
I'm gonna do my best.
I'm sure you will. Yay. Oh. Sometime after the Golden Week incident, I was in the drawing room of a certain dummy company in Okinawa City. To the public, it's merely a small publishing company, but in truth, it's been rented out by PubSec to serve as a base of operations for administrative police activities carried out in secret. Though at times I cooperate with them on investigations, I am still an ordinary high school student, and since I'm only an outsider from the police's perspective, it would cause too much of a stir for me to come into contact with public safety at regular police stations. This, in other words, is one of the few places I can be at ease. I've come here a number of times after that case, and grown acquainted with some of the part-time employees. Given my position, it may be dangerous to get so close to public safety, but the relationship is extremely useful as a source of information. The fact that it's a pipeline I established myself undoubtedly gave me greater confidence as well. Upon hearing the details of this case, the man from public safety is lost in thought for some time, but then he tells me with some chagrin that the secret inquiry into the Kirijo group is concluded.
What do you mean?
You probably believe that this investigation is about the potential dangers of the Kirijo group. But that's not the truth. It was ordered by top public safety officials who aren't keen on Mitsuru Kirijo's influence. They're trying to find fault with her to rein her in.
Then, were these top officials dissatisfied with my report?
Oh, your report was detailed and accurate, but that was too fair for their liking.
Are you asking me to report a distortion of the truth?
Don't glare like that. The officials used Kirijo's disappearance this time to order an investigation on the Shadow Operative's facility.
Yes, I know about that. I'd heard from my friends.
But these investigation results aren't what those at the top hoped for. If this continues, they may abandon rational judgment in their desperation.
In other words, you think they would begin to suspect me as taking sides with Kirijo?
Yes, but that's not what we hope to see happen. In all honesty, enabling their power struggle has no upside for our organization at all. We are very satisfied with your work. That's why it would be less than ideal if you lost favor with the top officials and became unhireable.
I understand. Though they're all part of public safety, you're saying the top officials and the on-site investigators have different views.
That's the nature of the beast. You have my permission to continue visiting this place from now on, so I ask that you play along this once.
Permission to continue? So, you leave a thread for me to follow while telling me not to get too involved. A bit self-serving, wouldn't you say?
A harsh assessment. Both the inner truth and the outer veneer matter in society. That's how it is.
I was only joking. I thank you for your generous consideration.
I give a bow and leave the room. When I step outside the building, I see a clear blue sky spreading overhead. I take a seat on a bench that catches my eye. The afternoon sunlight, just now beginning to heat up, shines down on me. It's been a while since I've had times such as this without nothing pressing to occupy me. This case forced me to think about several things. First, the Shadow-related incidents are not limited to the Midnight Channel. Second, the Shadow Operatives, the only organization that can counter those threats, are in a politically unstable position. Finally, there may be more powerful remnants of ergo research like Show somewhere.
This bears further investigation.
Since I am both a detective and a Persona user, there should be truths that only I can unearth from my unique position. The scope of my investigation will be vast, and I may no longer be able to remain in Inaba. But no matter what kind of physical distance I put between myself and friends I made here, our hearts will never be apart. Having made my resolution, all I must do is make the first move in my investigation.
It seems I'm about to be very busy.
All right, that must be the place.
A few days after the incident during Golden Week, after coming to Okina City, I'm find what I'm looking for and start walking towards it. What am I looking for, you ask? A sign for a cram school. See, I've decided to go on to the college after graduating from high school. I know I'm kind of off to a late start, but that's my fault for ignoring my guidance counseling results.
Thanks to this case, I feel like I'm finally prepared to face my future. It's like I finally made a breakthrough.
A breakthrough?
While I was chatting with you while reflecting on the case, he gave me this puzzled expression when I started talking about this stuff. I told him vaguely about how I couldn't muster up an interest in the future since we'd all gone our separate ways, because I'm having so much fun with my friends here and now. It came off as a little unfocused because I tried to cram everything I want to say at once, including how this isn't because I'm unhappy with the way things are.
I kept wondering if there was any way I could spend my time with everyone forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that that's just running from reality.
Everything in this world changes, and that's what makes it interesting. These bonds we have will keep changing too, but that doesn't worry me like it used to. No matter how far apart we may be, no matter how different the path we take may be, I rely on everyone, and I want to become someone everyone else can rely on.
That's why for now, I'm focused on finding a big project that won't bore me until I die. First, I'm gonna go to college and expand my horizons. I guess for how long I thought about it, it's a pretty standard path.
No, I think that's just like you, Yosuke. Isn't the long consideration really the important part?
That's what my partner said, after listening to my endless spiel. You might be right. Taking time to consider things must be important too. And so, after picking up the application for the cram school and coming back home to Inaba, I'm now taking drastic measures at Yominato bookstore. In front of me is the shelf of study aid books, and all around me are serious-looking guys I'm hesitant to talk to.
I have no idea which ones are any good.
Huh? What are you doing, Yosuke? The shelf with the nurses is over there.
The guy speaking out study aid books immediately stare at me as Teddy's voice pierces the quiet of the store. Come on, give me a break. Why do I have to run to Teddy here?
I'll stay over here for today, thanks.
Huh? Oh, you're looking for camouflage. Something to hide your nurses with?
What? Hell no!
Teddy proudly rushes over to the certain corner I always stop by. Feeling everyone's heated stares at me, I grab Teddy by his collar and make a dash out of the store. let's just get the image without a text. Okay. Ah, damn it. Maybe I wonder if maybe June S will sometimes get some study aid books in stock.
This part seems to be lacking a bit. It should be more showy, extravagant, all out! Hurrah! I feel like I'm on a roll!
I go on decorating with splendid watercolored signs, which give the impression of the blue summer sky, and shining star decorations too. On top of that, I've made the mannequin sexy too. It's better if it fits the summery theme. As I'm nodding at my awesome display, Yosuke is making a beeline towards me. I'm very surprised at my utterly perfect display skills.
Yosuke, what was that for?
Shut up! What about this is perfect to you? It looks like a midsummer swimsuit sale.
Oh, now that you mention it.
Oh, that's all you can say? Listen, this is supposed to be a section for elegant summer clothes for the early season. So why set up a swimsuit sale, huh? Stop changing things on your own.
Oh, but Sensei will come back once summer comes, right? My mind is already in full summer mode.
You're jumping the gun way too much. Don't drag our store into your shenanigans.
I've never seen the actual inside of June S depicted like this. It really does look like a normal department store, like Macy's or something inside, doesn't it?
You say that, but aren't
or at least
you
this part
curious
of it
too?
does.
Don't you want Yuki-chan, Chie-chan, Rise-chan, and Nao-chan to wear these new swimsuits as soon as possible?
I mean, it's... one or two maybe, but not all of them. I'm good on a few of
Well,
them.
sure. But wait, we weren't talking about me.
Oh, I know. When Sensei comes back, let's invite Michan and her friends to the beach.
Mitsuru-san and her friends, huh? Oh, they're regular working folks. I mean, they're a special unit, so I don't think they could just...
Yosuke! The game will end if you give up. Just imagine what they'd all look like in swimsuits.
Gosh dang it, why do they flanderize Teddy so much? Oh, we actually get... okay. Alright. Of course, there'll be Chie-chan and Yuki-chan, Nao-chan and Rise-chan. On top of that, the beauty of the Shadow Operatives, led by the glamorous Michan in a grand gathering. Even I can't help but get excited at the thought. Ooh, that look on Yosuke-san's face means I bet he's gonna get a nosebleed soon. Yosuke sure is easy to read.
Look, that doesn't change the fact that it's way too early for this. Hurry up and get the display how it's supposed to be.
No! I will staunchly protect my paradise!
Your weird paradise has no place in our store! If you don't hurry and fix this, I'm docking your pay!
This is tyranny! Utter totalitarianism!
Alright. Rise?
Well then, let's start from Act 3. Ready? Go!
Look, a white bird. Could it be the same one we saw together last summer?
Who cares about birds right now? If there's something you want to say, then say it.
Please don't be that way. I trusted in you. I believed in our promise that we'd come here on this day. So why did you bring her? I feel like an utter fool.
Rise-chan!
Inoue-san's voice echoes across the quiet rehearsal room. Geez, I already told him that the rehearsal's a little behind schedule.
Inoue-san, we're still rehearsing here.
Oh, sorry. Please forgive me.
Inoue-san quickly apologizes and bows to everyone. I bow too, apologizing to the actor I'm rehearsing with and the director for holding up the rehearsal.
Kuchikawa, it's time. You're free to go. Everyone else, take it from the top of that scene.
Huh? But...
Go on or they'll yell at me. The promise was we'd do this without getting in the way of your other work. Though, I mean, your acting was great.
Thank you. Is there anything else?
What do you mean, anything else?
Anything I should work on?
I just told you that your acting was great. You're rushing this too much. Well, I don't know. I guess you need to work on accepting your strengths and trying to build on them? Sure.
Accept my strengths?
That's right. Hey, I take back what I said. Everyone take a 30-minute breather.
At the director's orders, the tension in the rehearsal room lifts. I grab my towel and bag before hurrying over to where Inoue-san is and making himself scarce near the entrance.
So, what do you need to talk about, Inoue-san?
Oh, right. The response to your TV appearance the other day was amazing. We keep getting tons of calls with more work for you. And that's why we'd really like to set up an actual schedule and put a huge media blitz behind your comeback.
No, I told you that's not what I want. I'm not even close to my peak performance yet.
Huh? But they're all really good deals, you know?
Nope. Don't you remember how we talked this over with the agency? I want to put my schoolwork first right now. Oh, can you bring the car to the front?
My persona grew a lot during Golden Week. Though that's because I had help from that Elizabeth lady. Once again, I couldn't express my true self on my own. I need more confidence and a firm footing, so I won't feel lost no matter what I come up against.
Huh? Rise-chan, where are we?
I have voice training after this. Come on, you're my manager. Get your act together.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Can you give me a ride? I want to hear about what kind of work came in.
Of course. I'll bring the car around, so wait at the entrance.
I like how the building is just labeled entertainment. After seeing off Inoue-san, I jogged towards the parking lot and opened up my cell phone. The main wallpaper is a picture of everyone we took at the food court. To make my ideal self a reality, I'll have to keep on facing up to my weakness. But I'll have help. As long as everyone believes in me, I can overcome these weaknesses as many times as it takes. From the entrance to the studio, I look up to the blue sky. That's a little closer to summer now, and wait for Inoue-san's car to take me to the next rehearsal. Yeah, there is such a thing as overdoing it. Rise. Blanked on her name a sec. The end. Okay. You completed story mode from the P4 perspective. Apparently that is a rare achievement for this game. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know, the ending was a little, like, abrupt. I guess there's still, like, a true ending to do and stuff as well, but yeah. I think the story was told a bit better this time, but I don't think it was as strong as P4 Arena's story. There's some interesting stuff with it, like Elizabeth helping awaken Rise's persona and stuff. But because you don't really see too much of the other characters past a certain point with the P3 or P4 story, you don't see too much of like Teddy or like Rise as you did when Arena, where you got like a full like, you know, timeline with them and everything. How are we doing on time? I think we have enough time to start P4 stuff, or Adachi's stuff. We'll probably, or sorry, the P3 stuff, or Adachi stuff. Yeah, we'll start one of those today, and then we can keep working on it tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Thursday. I mean, there was some funny stuff with, like, with the two kanjis and everything. That was kind of funny. Or, like, I don't know. There was, like, some fun stuff, but, like, I do think that the story, at least so far, was better with Arena. But we haven't seen it all. Or, like, the true ending or whatever, so. I don't know. They didn't do as much with Adachi as I thought they would. You're just kind of there and being like, hey, idiots, make sure you're doing the right thing, you know? Like, it was pretty obvious that he was, like, not totally on board with the plan from the start. At least to me. Yeah, you didn't see too much of Yukari or Ken either. Well, I guess we're going to do the P3 story next, so maybe we'll see more of them there. And they did flanderize Junpei a good amount by, like, jumping down on the ceiling there or whatever. Like, making him that clumsy and stuff. Also, the final boss there is not... It's not super clear what you're supposed to be doing or when you're winning. It's over. The P4 character story is. There's apparently still a storyline with Adachi from his perspective, a storyline with the P3 characters from their perspective, and then once you do all of those three of those, you can do the quote-unquote true ending or whatever that looks like. So, but yeah, the P4 story is done at least. And all that like epilogue stuff was okay. That was fine. It was kind of interesting because they were trying to like seed out like what the P4 characters were planning on doing in the future, which is kind of nice. Everybody except for Yu Narakami. Song is pretty good. Although apparently
this program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
Nice. Although apparently we have to watch through that like 2 more times, so maybe I'll use it as a chance to use a bathroom break next time. Yeah. So Adachi and episode P3 is now available. Should we do Adachi or episode P3 first? Disturbing the peace. Adachi's is fairly long. Try an arcade mode. Rather start on either episode P3 or episode Adachi, since we still got a ways to go on those. Those will take a minute too. We actually haven't done any like actual fights though with the new difficulty either, because the end game was just the final boss, which is a non-traditional fight, and then like just a lot of text, a lot of text and reading. I wonder what's up with the doors in the velvet room background there. I just had a bug fly into my mouth. Oh no. Oh jeez, I had a bug fly into my mouth. No. Oh gosh. Oh no, I think I swallowed it. Oh no, I swallowed the bug. Oh no. I mean, it's not gonna kill me, but boy, that was uncomfortable. Oh, no. Oh gosh. I can feel it in my throat. Oh boy, I need to drink some more water. Oh, jeez. Oh. Technically, yes. There are doors in, the answer for the, like, Abyss of Time and stuff, but they were never in the actual Velvet Room. No, it was, like, in my throat. Ugh. It's probably dead by now. If it's in my belly, it's gonna hit the stomach acid and just die if it wasn't already dead. Ugh. Ooh, ooh. Anyway. Disturbing the peace. Look into my eyes. That's, Disturbing the Peace. That's P3 Reload's new song, right? Yeah. Look into... Now tell me all the things you blabbering about. about behind my back. My molars slowly crushed the hard lump of fiber. I knit my eyebrows at the first taste of lotus root in a long, long while.
Ugh, gross.
I scrape in some barley-filled rice as if to wash down the lotus root. Today's dinner consists of chizuni filled with vegetables. I also got some miso soup that's one step away from water, cucumber tsukemono, and even an orange slice or two for dessert. Oof, I want some sea urchin or eel. Yakiniku sounds good too. Maybe some beef tongue. Served rare, covered in green onion and marinated with a little lemon juice. While I fantasize about this, I grab another lotus root out of the bento pack with my chopsticks. I peer through the holes in the lotus root, and my eyes meet those of the guards staring at me through the observation window.
Hurry up and eat!
Yeah, sorry.
I've been in jail for about 5 months now. I've been being held at a pre-functional police HQ neighboring Inaba City, as a suspect in the serial murders that took place in Yaso Inaba. 2 murderers, along a bending corpse, plus a few other charges. Normally, I'd be immediately prosecuted and transferred to prison, but the police are having trouble with the supernatural cause of death being thrown into a television. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't want to be assigned to a pain-in-the-ass case like this. Well, maybe it's not for me to say, being an ex-cop and all. After meal, drowsiness hits me soon after, so I just lay down at the tatami mat. There's nothing to do in this empty cell. And just as I'm about to pass from consciousness into that beckoning slumber...
Number 82! Interrogation!
Interrogation this late in the day? Give me a break. I sigh in a way that the guard won't see and slowly get up. The detective in charge leads me away, leaving my cell behind. It's been a while since I was last called to the interrogation room. The stuffiness really seems to stress the spitefulness of this room. That alone is enough to get me down. When we first got here, I gave them the whole truth. Once it was all over, I didn't plan to hide anything, and I'd be a pain if things got complicated. But obviously, proving that you can kill people with magic isn't the kind of thing that can be demonstrated to an audience that isn't willing to listen. After going through some serious psych evaluations and all that crap, interrogators weren't...
Here's some more things. Check them.
Hey, they really want me to go over the evidence. What the heck? No, don't skip things. Yep. I plop my ass down on the uncomfortable stool, and a young detective lines up several objects on the table.
These are the 3 pieces of evidence.
This is a replica gun that's been modified to fire real bullets. Oh yeah, that was my closet. I bought this when I first joined the police force, and I was frustrated when I didn't get a gun right off the bat. And this digital audio player. I won it at a New Year's bingo game, then tossed it somewhere and forgot about it. Where the hell did they find that? And is that a large flat screen TV? Big enough to easily shove someone through, but I've never seen this TV before. In other words, it's irrelevant to this investigation. Oh yeah, I knew there was a log button. Okay. What did I miss? Oh gosh, text. Okay, yeah. Didn't miss anything. It's pretty damn evident that there's no new evidence to find. I've got nothing more to hide, and I've told them so. And yet, they're still managing to dig up more junk. They don't even realize that they're wasting their time.
None of them are related to the case. I mean, I've said this many times before, but I've already told you everything.
Shut up! No back talk! Just check them all!
The detective pounds the table with his fist, probably in an attempt to intimidate me. What losers! My game's long been over. What good would it do to me to lie now? The reason you can't assemble a case against me is because you're idiots. And I have to sit here and waste my energy dealing with you morons. Why don't you use your head a little? I make a show of pretending look at the so-called evidence again, and the detective lights a cigarette.
Seriously, between Adachi and Dojima, is anyone at Inaba PD not a dumbass?
Dojima-san?
Ryotaro Dojima. You know him real well. Rumor has it his position at the station's shaky because of you. A real cop wouldn't have the balls to show his face at the station if one of his men got sent up for murder.
Detective with a cigarette blows some smoke in my face. I get this treatment every day. At least it's one of these less severe acts of hostility I have to endure. Since I'm an ex-cop, the police are merciless when they interrogate me. On top of being in a restraints from morning till night, if I start to doze off, I get some water to the face. The verbal abuse is constant. If I say something, I get yelled at. If I stay quiet, I get yelled at. It really impresses me how much energy they have. They're probably pissed at how long this case is taking them, but they can't blame me for their incompetence. Seeing that I don't have much move as much as an eyebrow, the detective lights a second cigarette and laughs mockingly.
You know, I felt sorry for him, so out of kindness, I told him during the investigation. I said, I'll make sure to dispose of your no-good man, so don't worry about that. And what does that bastard do? He suddenly grabs me by the collar. I almost ended up having to submit a written apology.
Talk about a blunder.
It ain't nothing to laugh about. What do you think he said, huh? He can settle matters for himself without me asking you to do it. What a bunch of shit to say about a killer.
Also the lips, yeah. And he has a mole. If he wasn't a main character, they wouldn't give him a mole. Even the, like, side character from PubSec doesn't have a mole. That's how you know he's a bad guy. He has a mole. Hearing that, I smile knowingly. Tojima-san's being a pain in the ass like he always is. I'm no longer a subordinate, just a complete stranger. He should cut off any ties to me, but instead he has to go and say that. Besides, isn't it backwards for a detective to be believing in a criminal? That cop's right. Seriously, he makes me laugh.
Yeah, I'm done dealing with Hicks. Oh, I guess once you've been a police dick in the sticks that long, your morale's shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Dojima snuffed a few himself. That must be where his men learned it.
That's a funny joke.
Huh?
Although aren't you the one with the quick fist? I heard rumors about you when I was on active duty. You punched a suspect in the face during an investigation. Got found out and covered it up, right? What a hero!
Detective's face gets redder and redder. Even though I sound frivolous, my heart is cold.
And since then, you've made sure to only punch him in the gut, right? You sure know what you're doing, aiming to work at the Metropolitan PD.
You little... I ain't taking that kind of lip from a goddamn killer!
Chair is kicked out from under me and I slam into the ground. Detective grabs me by the hair and roughly pulls my head up. Seeing the detective's face contort with anger and humiliation, it's just hilarious.
If you don't want a good thrashing, then you better spill everything, you bastard!
Sir, you really shouldn't go any further.
Young detective, who was quietly taking notes, suddenly steps forward looking panicked. There's no force behind his actions, though. He's got no control in this situation.
Shut up! You don't get anything out of scumbags like him without getting your hands dirty. Watch and learn.
He punches me in the gut. He avoids my solar plexus. Must be used to hitting people. I choke back my stomach in acid and scoff.
That wasn't nice. Isn't this against the Criminal Procedure Code?
Huh?
Criminal Procedure Code, Article 319. Forced confessions gained through torture and intimidation are inadmissible as evidence. Anything I tell you is invalid if you get your hands dirty. Didn't they teach you the basics in Police Academy? Oh, but I get it. You're stuck in the boonies like this because you can't even get the Criminal Procedure Code straight.
You little...
Detective's eyes open wide. Looks like I hit a nerve. He's probably going to hit me again. I brace myself for it, but contrary to my anticipation, I'm not struck by a fist. Instead, I feel cold steel, the barrel of a gun, pressed up against my temple.
You must be Toru Adachi. I wish to speak with you.
The atmosphere in the room suddenly becomes tense. I feel a chill run down my spine. He's not the same detective I was talking to. He's someone else. I don't have any proof, but that's what my gut is telling me.
I'm sorry, but I must ask you to come with me. Enter the TV here. And to be clear, this is less a request than an order.
Whoa, what are you doing? There'll be hell to pay for pointing your gun at a detainee. You really need to calm...
Ah, yes. I'd forgotten we weren't alone. Get out of here.
Huh? What are you saying?
I said get out. I don't wish to make matters worse. And you don't wish to die, do you?
The detective slowly raises his arm and points the gun towards the corner of the ceiling. He fires, and the lens of the security camera in the room shatters to pieces, accompanied by the ear-splitting sound of gunfire. The young detective quivers and bolts from the interrogation room. Well, he made the right move. There's no point in making a show of justice if it's just gonna get you killed.
Ah, now you've done it. So, who are you?
You'll find out when we meet. Enter the TV. You should still be able to do that.
Without changing expressions, he pushes the gun into my back. If I try to resist, he'll pull the trigger without hesitation. Feel the danger in the air. Disobeying him would not be a wise plan right now. I walk towards the TV that had brought in as evidence. Before I can start to even struggle, I'm thrown into the television with unbelievable strength. Ah, how the shoe is on the other foot. I feel a strange floating sensation, as if gravity has lost its hold on me here entirely.
Just like old times.
Yeah, I know this feeling, and I know what's waiting for me at the bottom. What now? I sigh slightly as I fall headfirst. I was thrown out into the school classroom, enveloped in an uncanny atmosphere. There are chairs and desks lined up, textbooks on the shelf, a blackboard, all that good stuff. But the walls are plastered with posters and barricade tape labeled P1 Grand Prix. Seriously, who made these things? I look up at the blackboard puzzled and read the words Yasagami High School Monthly Events written upon it.
When I exited the TV, I found myself in a classroom.
Yaso High is where those wannabe detectives went. Of course, this isn't a real school, but I get the feeling they'll be showing up any moment now. Do you think I guess loves Makoto as an love interest? Yeah, I think so. It's hard to say for certain, but he's always been very important to her. As a love interest? I don't know. It'd be hard to say for certain, and it's kind of left open-ended intentionally since you can date any of the girls in P3. So, yeah, well, doesn't matter. Thing I need to worry about is whoever called me here is somewhere in this school too.
Seriously, I can't believe I'm called in here all of a sudden. I'm not even a cop anymore. Honestly, I'd rather be in prison.
That said, even if I do, it'll all be back to square one. That would be very annoying. Fine, I'll play along then. I was starting to get tired of dealing with those idiot cops anyway.
Well, I guess I'll go. Didn't think anything like this would ever happen again. Isn't there something wrong with this world? Who knows what'll happen next?
I guess I'll start investigating from the top. I scratch my head and start making for the door out of the classroom. I'm sure I'll find some evidence if I just start walking around. Wait a sec. That's something Dojima-san used to say all the time.
Oh man, I've picked up the habit without realizing it. Look what you've done to me, Dojima-san.
Give me a break, Dojima-san. I roll my eyes as I leave the dark classroom. To be continued. Alright. This school is a terrifyingly quiet world. After leaving the classroom, I just take a stroller around the school. The empty school building is blurred in a dim light, making it all the creepier. And for some reason, it's become a complicated maze, as if the entire school had become a giant trap.
Man, whoever made this must be pretty twisted. Then again, who am I to talk?
I glance around and notice the walls and ceilings were bored through. Something crashed through them. Actually, someone. I think that's Akihiko has been here. I saw plenty of similar signs of damage on the way here. I neither know nor care what happened, but the violent scratches here tell a story of what happened. At any rate, this is definitely not a peaceful place.
I'm starting to get sleepy.
I'm out of shape, and my back is hurting. Let's get this over with and go back. I rub my tired eyes and climb up the nearest set of stairs.
Oh, what's behind door number 1?
There's just a single door at the end of this path. Normally, this would be the way of the roof, but there's no telling where it goes in this crazy world. In any case, I guess I'd better take a look. It doesn't appear to be locked. I slowly open the door and warm, moist wind blows in.
What in the world is this?
The scene before me is bizarre. A bunch of crosses are stuck into the ground with an eerie giant moon in the background. Close by, I can see the Moonlight Bridge, and like a spoon. I definitely recognize it because I saw it more times than I would have liked to while I was in the city. Still,
Talk about some disturbing taste in decor.
the place feels like a set from a B movie. Feels like zombies are going to attack me out of nowhere. Well, if I'm into the TV world, then there are shadows here. Guess they don't look all that different. I take a look around the area while I'm thinking that. I sense a presence right behind me, and I instantly realize that someone snuck up on me. You gotta be kidding. I may be crooked, but when I was still a cop, I was paying attention to my surroundings, and somebody still got the drop on me. I carefully turn around and see a young man standing there.
Welcome to his world. You must be Toru Adachi.
The young man spreads his arms in a welcoming gesture. He has impressively red hair and a sharp yet cold stare. He carries two odd-looking katanas and bears an X-shaped scar across his face. But above all, this extraordinary presence he's giving off. It's the same feeling as what I felt in the interrogation room. He is the one who called me here, no doubt about it. Chills run up my spine in the face of this murderous intent. I keep a straight face and speak like I always do to hide my fear.
Are you the one that called me out? Seriously, I'd rather not.
Yeah. It is such a shame that Maya stopped being voiced, or being like a full character, in Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Instead, she becomes the silent MC. I feel like they should have kept her voiced and, like, just made her a character. And not, like, an MC where you have to have, like, a bunch of decisions with her or whatever.
I'll tell you who I am to thank you. I am Minazuki. Sho Minazuki.
The young man grins after he says that. I notice that he has a Yasuhaya uniform tied around his waist. I make him a student there. He seems rather composed to be one. Those detective wannabe brats acting more their age.
Huh? And what does this Minazuki-kun want with me? If you don't have any business in particular, I'd really like to head back.
Whether or not I explain myself to you will be decided right now.
In the blink of an eye, his katana is pointed at my throat. Hey man, what gives? He's the one who wanted me here. Isn't this a bit of a mean greeting? While I'm feeling frustrated with this, Minazuki tosses a gun towards me. This grip. The same revolver as the one I kept when I was a detective.
It's your gun. Pick it up. You're a skilled marksman, no?
Minazuki raises his katanas. The punk wants to test my strength. Fine. I click my tongue and pick up the revolver off the ground. Pisses me off that I have to listen to this brat, but I have a feeling things will be a bigger pain if I refuse to fight. I take in the comfort of the familiar grip in my hand and turn to Minazuki.
Are you sure you want to give me this? I'm the suspect in a murder case, you know.
That's fine. Come at me, as if you wish to kill me.
Wow, someone's confident. Okay, don't mind if I do.
I like how Adachi's tagline is egocentric police dick.
You won't hit me. It's no use. It's no use. How about this? Come on, what's the matter? You won't hit me. You won't hit me. More. Persona. I held that. Forward. I need a blunder. My face.
Not
you won't hit me. Taste this.
The opponent
Better. My face. Persona. You won't hit me.
Okay.
A round of applause for both sides.
Yeah, the AI was a little bit harder than usual. Okay. Maybe once I get through Adachi, I'll turn it back. I'll turn it up one more difficulty setting. That would be good. I feel uplifted for the first time in a while. Minazuki's power is something. definitely wasn't the standard keep it clean style of fighting. Sure, I beat him, but he probably wasn't taking me seriously. In fact, Minazuki's pretty nonchalant while he looks at me, but he seems satisfied.
You're quite skilled. I find your defeat incomprehensible.
Look who's talking. You look like you've got lots more energy to spare, too.
Indeed. I was only testing you. I wanted to see if you would be of any use. I'm going to create his world. For that, I require your assistance.
His world? Huh. Now I'm a little interested. Tell me more.
Come to think of it, he said his before too. Hope he's got another ally. Just in check, I sneak my revolver behind my back and reload the cylinders.
This is what that boy wishes for. I intend on destroying this world. The world is filled with deception. Those within it prattle about friendship and bonds, yet they trample over others in the dark without a care. There is no value in such a world. What must be done is to eliminate everything within it.
Huh. That's got my interest. Truth to tell, you're probably right. This world's all about useless, shallow, so-called friendships. And yeah, I think it's irritating too. I mean, hey, I gave destroying everything a shot once too.
That's only half true. Bonds, friendship, helping one another. There's a lot of people flaunt all this nice-sounding talk, but it's those same people who won't hesitate to stab people in the back the moment they feel attacked or get hurt. But in the end, it's just that humans have to rely on each other in order to live. There are too many dumbasses misunderstanding that and try to make it more meaningful than it really is. And that's why I really understand where this guy is coming from. It'd be nice if you could erase this shitty world like a magic trick. At least, that's what I used to think.
You gained a power beyond humans. Do you remember that time?
Power beyond humans? Huh. You mean that thing? What do you want with it?
I intend to summon that power. But it needs to be tamed.
Minazuki's eyes waver like red flames. I see. Looks like he's been given power. Just like me.
For that, I require your assistance. You will cooperate with me. You have no choice in this.
I think the heel turn of Akechi is like complete 180. I think Akechi is kind of an interesting character, but I do think that like there's not a lot going on with him once you get past the whole like heel turn. I think that like especially if you don't play P5 Royal. Sorry, I almost said P5 Reload. P5 Royal. I do think that the third semester adds a good amount of characterization, because that's the only time you really get to hang out with Adachi, knowing the truth about him. The other times you get to hang out with Akechi is when he's like being his fake self or being like crazy. That's the only other times you see Akechi. So especially without Royal's content, you don't really get a more well-rounded look at him, I think. I don't know. I do think that Adachi is a better twist villain than Akechi, because I feel like there's more going on with Adachi, and he's an actual adult. Akechi does feel a little bit bratty for how young he is, and like how much he just kind of like freaks out and like is crazy, and he ends up not actually getting anywhere and gets killed by his own like cognitive version of himself. Yeah, so there is that. I don't know. Yeah, I think Adachi would see Akechi as a brat as well, because as far as he's concerned, Akechi and Minazuki are still young enough to have a chance to make something of themselves and do something in this world. And yet they're here complaining about it. Because from Adachi's perspective, Adachi's like complaint is that he did everything he was supposed to. Ignored all like friendships, ignored like hanging out with other people, and just did what he was told to do. Studied, went to a good school, got a prestigious job, and then got shunted off to the middle of nowhere where he felt like he couldn't do anything and he had no control over his life. He felt like the world was wrong for not rewarding his efforts, basically. And he ended up alone and bitter. Not entirely unlike Sho or Akechi. But in his case, I think he would feel that both of them are brats, since he feels that, like, they haven't bothered to try, if that makes sense. Like, he feels like he gave it a shot to make it work in this world, and he played by the world's rules, and it, like, screwed him over. And that's why, at the end, I think he goes back to saying, yeah, I'll abide by this world's rules, I'll go to jail or whatever, I've lost or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Akechi doesn't hide it that well. I mean, he hides it well enough to be a TV persona, but, like, as we all know, there are plenty of people who look good on TV that it comes out later that they were not a good person. Hey, hey, hey! I don't know. I'm sure we could all think of at least a few people. Cosby, Ellen, just like tons of like people who look good on TV for a long time, or like even a really long time, like Bill Cosby, but then like later on it turns out, yeah, no, they were not a good person off the screen, you know? So. Even like with YouTube and stuff, with how close people, like how real people feel, or like how there's a much more direct connection between like people on YouTube or like social media than people on TV, because there's like a direct connection, like there's a direct form of engagement. There's still plenty of people who have lied to their audiences or portrayed something that they're not, and it later comes out, whether that's good or bad. Like, you know, there's like lots of creators who have, you know, done things in the background or turned out not to be good people, scammed their audiences. I mean, if you want to look at like just how much you can change people's opinion of you, look at that Nikocado avocado thing. You know, he pre-recorded a bunch of videos of him being fat, and then like spent the last 2 years, probably like the last 6 months or whatever, working out and like losing a bunch of weight. Probably end the world. Probably. Wish for everything to go away. That's what he tried to do before. Might still try to do it again if he had that kind of power. Minazuki points his katana at me again. I would say that I haven't lied, but there are definitely things I don't tell you guys about my personal life. Minazuki points his katana at me again. With my power, I didn't have much control. I was taken over by some mysterious force and had no memory of it. He poked around in my personal profile, but he's missing the most important part. Guess he's just some brat after all. He can't even do this research.
Come on, you're not giving me a say here. And about this taming thing, that's all up to you. What does it have to do with me? If you want my help, I guess I'll cooperate with you as best I can.
As best as you can. Very well. You have another role as well.
What? There's more?
Persona users. I will gather them and make them fight. You will also participate in this.
Huh? That sounds like a real pain.
Probably.
I mean, why are you making them fight?
Hard to say if he would stick to his promise of abiding to the this world's rules. But if he had the opportunity to erase the world again, it's hard to say for certain if he'd go for it or not. To be honest, I don't really want to get involved in this. But the right choice is to act like I'm interested and get as much information out of this kid as possible. Depending on how things go, this guy might become a hindrance to me. I'll decide how to make my move once I've heard what he has to say. After I make an interested face, he surprisingly tells me the full outline of his plan. He's going to gather shadows until he has a giant collection of them, like a pile of sculpting clay. Using that as a vessel, he plans to summon what he calls power beyond the bonds of man to inhabit it. But in order to pacify such a powerful being, he apparently needs persona fragments that are created when personas use their powers on one another. So he thought up the idea of creating a one-on-one tournament between persona users, calling it the P1 Climax. Plus, he's made some exact duplicates of people out of shadows in order to force them into fighting one another. I have to admit, he made an effort. In addition, he's already taken some persona users hostage, belonging to an organization called the Shadow Operatives hostage. He's definitely planned for this, though I don't really get the point of crucifying his captives on those tacky crosses. Anyway, blah blah blah. I've been called in to help him collect the fragments and get a hold of that power within the giant shadow. It all sounds pretty stupid, really, but Minazuki is deadly serious. He really intends to go through with this. How did he manage to come up with a plan that's such a convoluted pain in the ass? Maybe it's just because I haven't been around for a while. I'm actually impressed at how ridiculous this scheme of his is.
I'll add the persona users of this town to the fight as well. You understand, no? They were the opposition who shattered your previous ambitions. Have your revenge on them if you wish. Even if you do nothing, I will not complain.
Revenge, huh?
We will prepare the stage for you. You're free to destroy them if you so choose. The clashing of competing powers will give off persona fragments. This will advance our plans.
And if I refuse?
Then the murders which occur on foggy days will begin again.
I see. Well, can't let that happen.
I never had a choice from the start. Well, I didn't expect to just go home after hearing this without having to do some kind of work. And after hearing this plan, I can't just sit there. I was beginning to think about what to do when I suddenly feel the ground shake a bit beneath us.
It's time. Here it comes.
Minazuki looks up in the sky and stares off into the distance. Suddenly...
What the huh?
Shaking grows so intense I can barely stand, and the roof soars up into the sky. I fall to my knees and brace my hands on the ground, lost for words as I stare upwards. The sky has turned red, like ink staining a piece of paper, or an infection spreading across healthy flesh.
Oh man, isn't this a little over the top?
The shaking has finally stopped, so I run to the edge of the roof. I look down at the world from there, and gulp involuntarily. Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want with fan art and fan canon and stuff, whatever, I don't care. If you want to tell me that canonically they're gay, then that's a different conversation. But, like, if you want to say that I ship two characters, I think they'd be cute together, that's whatever, I guess. Like, I think the Joker, Akechi stuff, shipping stuff is stupid. But I understand where it comes from. Just two hot guys. And, like, high school girls think that's hot. To have, like, two guys who, like, are in, like, a hate-love relationship. They think it's hot. That's it. That's all there is to it. The town's covered in an eerie red mist. The sky, the moon, even the air itself is covered in red. It's the same color as Minazuki's eyes, as if to show me that everything is at his mercy. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said, there's a difference between discussing things like, oh, I think these two characters would be cute together, versus, like, canonically, this person is with this person, or these people are together, or, you know, or whatever. There's also a difference between author's intent and your interpretation of things. Like, it's very clear that, like, Yukari was originally the canon love interest for the original P3 before it became more of a dating sim kind of thing. I guess you could also make a case for was one of the other like love interests before that became a dating thing. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's another one I forgot about. Aki and Shinjiro being gay for each other. I forgot that people ship Aki and Shinjiro. Yeah, people do that. No, it's again, it's one of those things. You do whatever. I don't see it, but whatever, man. It is what it is. Yeah. No, I wrote Undertale fan fiction. I know how it is. Nothing like romantic ever, but like I understand. Yeah. I was around all that stuff back in like the early to mid 2010s. I understand. I've read Undertale, or I've read Homestuck. You know, I've played Undertale and engaged with the community. I know how that stuff goes. I've seen some stuff with around that same kind of thing with Persona. Like I said, especially around Akechi and Joker. It's the same color in Minazuki's eyes, as to show me that everything is at his mercy.
Hey, is this?
What the hell? Damn! This is totally out there. My world is awesome. Dude, you're Adachi, right? Did you see that just now? Did you? The world's all red. Well, better red than dead. Just kidding.
The young man who had been cool and calm just a moment ago is now jumping around like a little kid. It's a brat playing with a new toy.
Huh? Whoa, hold on. What's with the wild mood swing?
What are you all surprised for?
Do you mean beyond my understanding? Instead of behind? Or are you making a joke about smut? Behind puns? Gay shipping.
You were talking to him, huh? That kind of puts a damper on things.
Him? Just in case, I'd take a look around. We're the only ones here. The red-headed boy laughs merrily as I cock my head in confusion.
Well, that's fine. I'm Sho Minazuki. Welcome to my world, as I like to call it. I've heard about you. You hate this world too, right? Good for you, because it's all going away.
Huh. So, you're different
Okay,
from
yeah.
Minazuki-kun.
Although the behind thing could be a good pun on gay shipping.
Ugh, you're still on this? Minazuki is him. I'm Sho. It's too much of a pain to explain it anymore. Just kidding.
Maybe he just doesn't care to keep talking, but Sho ends the conversation. Does he have split personalities? Never met somebody who does before, but it's fairly common to hear about it when you talk with cops about psych cases. Still, something doesn't feel right. It feels something different. Some threatening madness from him. Well, that doesn't matter right now. I just limp my shoulders, fed up with the fact that now I have even more trouble to deal with.
But that aside, are you really any good to me? If you're totally weak after saying you'll help out, I don't need your bullshit. And if you really are like that, I'll seriously kill you.
I don't think I ever gave a clear yes or no yet. This is all so sudden, you know?
Huh? Are you an idiot? Cooperating lets you live. Refusing gets you killed. Get it? What moron would say no to that?
Those are some pretty extreme choices.
Enough going on and on in circles. I wouldn't mind destroying you, but he's telling me not to.
That means you're game to do this. You seem like you enjoy things that get bloody.
What's wrong with that? It goes gushing out like psh, right?
Sho answers without any hesitation. The type that has no self-awareness is the very worst. But the kid should be more careful. No matter how strong you are, even if you think you've got control over your great power, if you let your guard down, you're gonna get your feet swept right from under you.
Yeah, sure, I'll participate. I was getting bored, so this would probably be a good way to kill time. But I'll do this my way. I have my own rules, you know?
That's right. I have my own set of rules. I don't give two shits about this perfect world or his power. All this crap about getting revenge on the kids from Unova, or the fighting between Persona users. It doesn't matter to me either. They can do whatever they want. Things are different if they're gonna start interfering with me. I don't want anyone getting in the way of my rules, no matter what.
Huh? Well, do what you want. I don't care if it's rules or roulettes, but if you try anything funny, I'll cash you out like that. I'll mount you up nice on the wall next to the investigation team. A dodgy-looking Adachi. Just kidding.
He laughs at his own lame joke, then his eyes suddenly grow a little red. He turns his piercing gaze on me.
But I'll be watching you, so you better not slack off. Got it? Well, I've got somewhere to be, so do what you want from here. See?
Internet's having issues. I wonder if I have something open in the background. One sec. I wonder if I accidentally left, like, Discord open or something. No, just Steam is open. I need that open. Guess internet's just having issues today. We were having issues with it yesterday, too. So, it was, like, being spotty on us. Like, there were times when it completely went out yesterday, too. Well, we've got, like, another, I don't know. We'll get through this and maybe, like, one more section, and we'll call it for today anyway. Cho raises an arm as he gallantly leaves the roof. I consider attacking him from behind for a moment, but that's probably not a wise move, considering that I don't know what his power is. Only idiots rush things.
Now then, how do I go about this?
I spin my revolver on my finger out of habit, then look up into that red sky, a crimson shroud filling my line of sight. That brings back memories of being inside the TV last year. The first time I found myself inside the television. The days of being run ragged, running around a Dojima-san, fighting the kids inside the TV world. I thought I'd forgotten all about that, but I guess not. Not many very pretty memories, but it wouldn't be a lie to say that those experiences made me the man I am today. I'm hit by a fierce wave of nostalgia and close my eyes. The lump of steel in my hand seems extremely heavy. Alright, let's do like one more chapter and then I think we'll call it for today. Ooh. Immature brats. And then we'll do the rest of Adachi probably on Thursday. Oh, don't start yawning. You're gonna make me yawn, Adachi. Back into the side of the school building, I enter an arbitrary classroom and sit in a chair, yawning for the 9th time today. Well, Minazuki, Joe, told me to fight the Persona users. So first I need to go down, back in the school. The hallways are even more complicated. And the more I walk, the more dead ends I find. Here I was thinking to take this opportunity to go into town and get some good sushi. Or a barbecue box lunch. Just thoughts of sea urchin and cow tongue come and go fleetingly.
What am I thinking? There's no way I'm going outside with the town like that.
Look out the window out of the corner of my eye. It's obvious that the red fog is growing thicker than it was when I was up on the roof.
Sheesh. If he's gonna make me his guest, he could at least have a GPS or something ready for me.
I rest my chin in my hands and complain to the open air. Only I could ditch till all this goddamn troublesome tournament is over. But I can't do that this time around. I need to destroy Sho's plans for my own sake, after all. I can't even call what I'm about to do a plan, but I've already decided what has to be done. I have to make contact with the Persona users who will be invited here, but I need to lead them on so that they'll move in the right direction. I can't break the illusion that I'm working with Sho. Probably not an exaggeration to say that this red world is under his control. I'll have to be clever about moving around without arousing his suspicion, while still undermining his work.
Well then, I guess I'll get going. Do I actually have to go look for those guys? What has he gotten me into?
I slowly get up from the chair as I'm grumbling. Why do school chairs always make your ass hurt if you sit in them for too long? I mean, that's still better than having your seat kicked out from you all the time, like a jail. I leave the classroom to find a runway-like hall stretching out before me. I sigh at the dull scenery. I've gone pretty far looking for them, but I guess I still have a ways to go.
What? You're serious? Is it possible for us to not know about a guy who sticks out that much?
Oh, this is where we see Adachi in the P4 story. I hear a familiar voice through the fog and stop. Could it be... I sneak ahead and keeping my ears open.
I did think from last time that the culprit would be someone with ties to Mitsuru-san. I still can't shake that theory.
Oh, maybe he transferred here. Or it could be his older brother's uniform.
There's no doubt about it. That's the Chunes kid and the girl in the green track jacket. I didn't think I'd run into those guys so soon. I feel the corner of my mouth turn up at this unexpected bit of luck. Now that I know it's them, there's no need for me to hide. I approach them, making sure that my footsteps are loud on the hallway floor.
What is it?
Be on guard. Don't leave my side.
You're kidding me.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Are you serious?
Adachi-san.
When they see me, all three of them look shocked, as if I'd caught them on a hidden camera show. Heck, Yukon has his mouth wide open. Surprise! I want to laugh my ass off right now, but I shouldn't be doing anything that can mess things up. I'll have to keep my contact with them to a minimum.
No way. Why is it Dachi-san?
Could he be a fake?
Huh? Fake? Oh, right. I forgot about that whole thing going on.
Why are you here?
Huh? Oh, well, I had intended on staying well behaved, but someone begged me to help out. And you know, I'm not the kind of guy who can say no to something like that.
Help out? You mean that show guy?
Yosuke-kun scowls. Ah, so these guys already met Show. That saved me the trouble of having to explain things.
Have you guys already met? Oh, man.
That doesn't matter. Don't tell me you're working with the culprit this time, too.
Well, what do you think?
Don't play dumb. If I don't like your answer, there'll be boot prints all over your face.
See? They've taken the bait. Just as I expected. They're so straightforward, that's almost stupid. Still, it's more convenient for me that they think I'm working for the other side.
Who cares about all that? Come on. Aren't you kids in serious trouble right now? What with all the world ending and all?
So you are!
You guys really like sticking your heads into dangerous situations, don't you? You don't gain anything in life from doing that, you know?
I snicker contemptuously, and Yukon, who's been quiet up until now, throws his gaze towards me with eyes mixed up with all sorts of complex emotions.
Adachi-san, you said you would abide by the rules of this world. So why are you here?
Rules. Rules, eh?
That's right. I decided to follow the rules, so I might have to play along with these kids' idea. To them, I'm just an escaped convict. It'd be easier if I could just tell them what I've got in mind, but unfortunately, being an adult is hard. Besides, I don't care what they think of me, as long as I can fulfill my objective. Since I'm not saying anything, Yukon steps towards me, as if he can't hold himself back anymore.
Don't you understand how the real world is in trouble because of Show? This isn't like the TV world, where only we were involved.
Oh, man. I see you never learn. The only reason I took that brat up on his invitation was because I was bored. All the questions about what he's after or what's gonna happen to this town, I don't give a damn about any of it.
What's he saying?
Adachi, you lousy...
Whoa, whoa, give me a break. I don't intend to get involved with kids like you anymore. Like, I bet you're honestly abiding by the rules here, because that's how you think.
The rules here?
Oh? Yukon's furrowing his brow in confusion. I take it this means they don't know about the rules here yet. Meaning they don't know about the persona fragments. I should give them a hint of the danger they're facing.
You know, the one-on-one stuff. You don't even know what's gonna happen because of that. Honestly, brats like you barely even think.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like I keep saying, if you keep fighting them on their own terms, it could bite you in the ass. I bet he's collected quite a lot of those persona fragments by now.
They finally realize something's up and trade worried looks with one another. What, were you just playing cops and robbers up until now? What kind of investigation team are you? We're like non-investigation team. Yeah, that was so lame. As lame of one of the show's jokes. As I'm lamenting the loss of my sense of humor, Yukon, who has his own worries, trembles and bites his lip.
Have we been inadvertently helping him?
Oh man, you really hadn't noticed? You need to get your act together.
The school building suddenly creaks loudly, like the howling of a beast. I instantly recognize it as the noise of countless shadows gathering at the top of the tower.
What was that just now?
Looks like there's no more time left. Earlier than I expected. Well, that's why I need to get going. Good luck to you, I guess. Oh, and your friends who got caught? They might be in trouble if you leave them be, you know?
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
It means just what it sounds like. Then again, I guess it might be impossible for just you three.
Wait!
Oh, jeez. I turned my back on them and disappeared into the ragged fog. I hear Yosuke-kun try and chase after me, only to run into an invisible wall. They already had 4 red pillars around them. That means they can't leave without winning the battle that they're going to face.
I guess that's enough for now. Well, go on and do your best, investigation team.
I quietly mutter at the kids behind me. Looks like Show's plans are coming along faster than I'd figured. Doesn't look like I'll have much time to slack off. I might even have to hurry. Outside the hallway windows, I can see the shadows collecting here and there, floating in the sky like shreds of paper. Still, shadows blowing around like trash. The surreality of the scene makes me laugh. Still no fighting. Dang. I kind of want to do at least one more fight with Adachi. Alright, I guess we'll do one more chapter. I think that brings us to the halfway point, right? Because I think there's 8 chapters total for Adachi. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. There's like 16. Alright, whatever. Do like one more. And after this, even if there's not a battle, I think we'll wrap it up. Because we'll be almost at 3 hours. After leaving Yukon in the hall, I've been walking around the school and building in search of other Persona users. Shadows and Persona fragments are building up at a surprising rate. Perhaps I'm feeling a little worried as the fog thickens with the passage of time. Because I was walking faster than usual, I was able to come across a new area quickly. Just in case anything happens, I keep my gun in my hand. I slowly slide the door open with my other hand. Behind the door is a room with the eerie light pouring in and Sho is sitting on a coffin. All he's doing is staring at a giant clock looming at the back of the room. When he notices me, he slowly turns in my direction.
Huh? Oh, it's just you.
Hey there. Looks like it's going well. Getting plenty of Persona fragments, huh?
Yeah, it's going so well, I'm bored as shit. I want to see them cry and groan and pain and all that good stuff. Actually, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and go take them apart.
Well, there's no need to rush. After all, they can't leave this place.
Huh? Well, yeah. I'm getting so bored. I should just go take out a couple of them.
Whoa, hold on there. There's no need to get hasty when the plan's going so well, right? It'd be easier to just sit back and wait.
Didn't we see this before?
What are you talking so big for? Want me to stick my sword through your ears?
With that, Sho slowly draws one of his katanas, and then turns and stabs into one of the coffins laying around. He keeps hacking at it without a word, as if scratching an itch. I take this bizarre action as a sign of his madness.
Ooh, scary. Can't you calm down a bit? You won't beat anyone like that. And you came to get me because you needed me, no? You sure it's a good idea to kill me just because I rub you the wrong way?
Cripes, what a wet blanket. Did you just come from a picnic out in the rain or something? Don't get the wrong idea. That guy has nothing to do with this. I can kill anyone I want if I feel like it.
With a sudden fury, he unsheaths his other sword and points it at my throat. Kill anyone I feel like it, huh? Don't get cocky, you little asswipe.
Then go on ahead. It's easy, right? Have you actually killed anyone before?
This guy's really pissing me off.
Sho sheathes his swords with a sneer. I'd figured as much, but now it's clear they didn't like people acting superior to him. They say people like him suffer from inferiority complexes. I don't give a damn about his past. What's more important right now is... I take a quick glance at the exit out of the corner of my eyes. All this sneaking around is really bugging me. They think they're hiding, but I can see their shadows on the floor. Those kids from the investigation team are as inept as ever. I move around to keep Sho from noticing them and walk towards him.
Look, there's no need to fight. Once it descends, after all, the world's going to totally disappear. Why spend your time dealing with them, you know? Just ignore those kids.
That's not the problem. I look at those guys, and I can't stop gagging. They just herd together like best buds. I don't know why they're so full of themselves. It makes me want to beat the shit out of them. Get them to cry like babies. You get me? Do you?
Yosuke, Chie, get back!
Damn, I guess he did notice. Sho reaches behind his back and pulls out a knife and throws it at them. The knife fails to reach them, though, and thuds to the ground at their feet.
You're so lame. Such a frickin' irritating bunch. I hate to even look at you. I just want to see you completely destroyed.
His anger-fueled shout echoes throughout the warped room. Figuring that's Eustace died any longer, Yuka and his little friends step into the room. Damn it. I didn't want them to meet Sho any more than absolutely necessary. My plans have changed a little, but I can't help that. I think it's best if I play the spectator for a while.
Show me Nazuki. What are you planning?
Huh? Weren't you listening? I'm gonna get rid of them. What?
Okay, so some of this we've already seen before, so I'm gonna kind of speed through it a little bit until we get to back to more Adachi.
Bonds? You worthless pests aren't a shitty
Little. You really are a piece of shit that's not worth saving.
The world will be much quieter soon.
What? A world with no one else?
Ugh, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
There he goes again. Is that youth anger I hear about in the news? My, so scary. Sho explodes in anger and pulls out his katanas again with a menacing look on his face. He's just way too willing to hurt people. May as well try to stop him, even though it's probably not going to do any good.
Whoa, what are you getting all worked up for? You really shouldn't do that.
And you shut up too, you piece of shit! Come get me. I'll beat the life out of you. You'll be begging for mercy.
The red pillars in the corner of the room immediately shine as Sho takes a combat stance. Never seen a stance like that before, and even I can tell this is a little more than a kid playing pretend samurai. Something that was honed for a single purpose, to swiftly and efficiently kill their prey.
I can't believe our town is such a mess because of that guy. There's no way I'm sitting back and letting it happen.
I'm with you.
Show strong. Don't let your guard down.
Yeah, and then they beat him, or we as the player beat him.
Little.
I guess there's not much of a story reason for there to be much fighting with Adachi. So far, it's mostly just been showing how Adachi got here and, like, showing his perspective on stuff that happened while he was around in the P4 story. But maybe we'll see some other stuff that we haven't seen yet once we get a bit further in. And there should be a fight against I don't know, I guess maybe the final boss or something. Maybe? We'll see. It was Sho who fell to the ground at the end of the intense clash. We also probably will see where he disappeared off to at the end of the P4 story. The red pillars shatter, signaling that the battle has been decided. Huh, I didn't expect this. Sho holds one hand to his chest in pain while he gasps, kneeling on the ground. From my perspective as a spectator, Sho was just as strong as his opponent. No, he was better in every way. Sho was faster, stronger, and focused on his opponent's weaknesses. So why did he lose? Well, duh, it's pretty obvious. Answer simple. Persona. Sho didn't use a persona a single time during the fight. That means he doesn't have the power to use one. I didn't know that before, so learning this is a big plus for me. The other personality, Minazuki, used a persona. It's kinda weird since they're in the same body, but they say that personas come from the power of the mind. I guess it makes sense that one of them might be able to use one while the other can't.
What did I tell ya? This is because you kept using those weird powers. You got all puffed up because of someone else's gift.
Whoops, I accidentally spoke my mind in front of Sho. I quickly covered my mouth and noticed Yukon watching me, still in his fighting stance. I guess it's only natural that they'd be wary of me, but damn.
Are we fighting you next, Adachi-san?
Huh? Oh man, don't be ridiculous. Why would I do something that hard?
Hard? Aren't you supposed to be on Sho's side?
Show's side? Give me a break. Come on. Isn't there someone else besides me you should be worrying about?
Someone we should worry about.
That's right. This isn't over yet. The troublesome thing about Sho is that the fact that Minazuki's there too, and Yukon doesn't know about him yet. If Sho's been beaten, he's not just going to lie there and take it. This saves me the trouble of having to explain everything myself, but it's no good for me if they happen to get killed. Am I really have to babysit these kids myself?
Persona.
And there he is. The instant Minazuki sits up, a reddish-black shadow appears behind him and attacks the investigation team. Tables are quickly turned, and Minazuki soon has the kids cornered.
Let's end this.
The two personas come together violently. It's clear that Yukon's at the big disadvantage.
Get a grip, damn it. You're gonna get yourself killed at this rate.
If that happens, my plan will all be for nothing. I have absolutely no interest in what happens between these two brats, but I can't let them get killed. Just when I thought it was time for me to lend them a hand.
Persona!
Persona!
Two personas appear from the red fog and attack Minazuki simultaneously. Minazuki's persona is stunned, and a relentless attack stops.
Yukon! Senpai, are you alright?
Yeah.
It's now Toshirigani and some other girl I don't know. It's carrying a giant axe. They come running in Minazuki's size.
More imbeciles. It seems deploying doppelgangers made from shadows wasn't enough.
Don't move.
Get away from Yukon, or I won't show any mercy.
No need for histrionics. I'll concede now.
Minazuki is just such more of an interesting villain than Sho is. But I guess they're kind of a package deal. Oh. Minazuki points his blade at the kneeling Yukon. Unlike Sho, Minazuki would be able to kill Yukon like he was squashing a bug. Can't be underestimated. I'm actually going to have to stop him this time. I walk into the center of the room, placing myself between the two.
Sounds like a bad plan. Haven't you ever heard the saying, the cornered stag is most dangerous? I don't think you have time or energy to waste.
No. Why are you here?
Naoto-kun's eyes widen with surprise over seeing me. And then... the school building begins to creak again. The shake is more longer and more tense than when I was on the roof, meaning that the power Minazuki's collecting is coming closer. It seems things are progressing a lot faster than I thought they would.
Ah! Whoa! What is this shaking?
It's begun. I'll be taking my leave. All that's left is to see this through.
Hey, hold it!
When Minazuki turns his back to leave, the other kids surround him to prevent his escape. But Minazuki doesn't show any signs of panic. In fact, he gives them a mocking sneer.
You truly love to swarm, don't you? You find your strength by herding together. But there are enough persona fragments now. I have no need to deal with you anymore.
What is this? My legs.
This again.
It only takes an instant. Then for a moment, Minazuki's eyes glow red. The air shakes and the kids in front of me suddenly stop, as if chained down. Seeing that confirms my suspicions. Minazuki is capable of using his persona to control others. He uses this power to control that detective in the interrogation room.
I am overtaxed. I've been relying on this borrowed power too much. But now is not the time to hold back.
Minazuki spares one last glance at Yukon's group and runs off into the fog. The other kids are frozen like statues and can only watch him disappear. I'm free to do anything, but there's no point in me chasing after Minazuki, so I just let him go. Once Minazuki's gone, Yukon's group is released from whatever hold is over them, and they all fall to the ground. Perhaps that was pretty hard for them. They all seem to be in a lot of pain. Before they can even catch their breath, the sound of footsteps approaches through the fog. A beauty in a skin-tight black catsuit shows up.
I'll take over from here. Let's begin. Bring on the ring!
When the lady yells out, red pillar. Okay.
Mitsuru-san?
No, that's a fake.
Where's Minazuki? He's gone already. Hey, not to butt, didn't you see his power?
I shout to them from beyond the invisible walls. There's no time for them to figure this stuff out on their own. Just get it already. It's with a bit of annoyance that I continue on.
I mean, don't you think it's a little late? He said he has all the persona fragments he needs. So all that's left is to summon that thing, and then jam the fragments he's gathered into.
As I say that, a rapier swings right in front of my nose. I blink in surprise and see a few strands of hair falling from my eyes, like in a comic. Maybe a hottie, but I don't need a chick swing sharp objects in my face.
That might have hurt. What was that for?
You speak too much, imbecile. Should I deal with you instead?
Whoa, no way! Where'd you get that idea? All right then. I did try to warn you guys.
I've said enough already. Even the stupid investigation team should get it by now. Wait? I turn my back on them and quickly leave the classroom. If they've realized Sho's plans, then they should be heading for the top of the tower. At the peak, they'll find countless shadows, the persona fragments, and that power. Pieces are all there. Then again, it'll take some time to get them out of that barrier. There's even the possibility they might not even make it to the top.
Seriously, give me a break.
Either way, I've got to disrupt Sho's plan somehow. I pat my jacket to reassure myself that my gun is still holstered at my waist, and run up the stairway leading to the top of the tower. Alright. Oh, that's enough Adachi for today. We'll deal with the rest of Adachi on Thursday, I guess. Yeah, because that's... So... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Those are 11 total. I'm guessing 10 major ones, and then, like, the 11th one is, like, the epilogue or whatever. Alright. Yeah, I don't know if, I think that this story is better told, but I don't think it's as good as the original Persona 4 Arena story. I don't know. It's hard to top Labrys and everything. No, I don't want to install a new NVIDIA driver right now. I'm a little busy. Anyway. Sorry, computer's just throwing a pop-up at me. Alright. I will hopefully see you guys later on Thursday. Finish out Adachi-san's story. Hopefully there's less reading for the second half. If not, maybe I'll see you this weekend for the answer. Thanks for hanging out, Nash. Straws. Jeppo. Union. Do anybody lurking or watching back on the VOD? Lorenzo was here earlier. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day. But, in case I don't see you guys, hope you have a good afternoon, good evening, good night. See you guys.